Good evening, one and all. It's a Sunday, it is indeed the end of the week, and that of course means we're jumping into some more good old Warframe, where apparently we're starting off with wondering what the hell is wrong with Esprit. How have you not noticed before that the bug is filling in as part of the starting soon screen? I know you've been at the start of streams before now, so how have you not seen that before? I'm impressed. Oh dear. As we say, I wonder what's wrong with me every day. Fair enough. That's valid. That's absolutely valid. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you are doing well where you are around the world. As I've stated over on the Discord, and in fact put in the title as well, not only are there drops here, so if you haven't already heard them from yesterday's mega stream, you can continue to earn them today. But also, I intend to be looking into this, and if we got more time afterwards, the Torid. Because it's about time. What was filling up? The bug. On the starting soon screen, my logo slowly dials in as well. It takes exactly as long as it does for the timer to count down. It's a 3-minute timer on it. Pretty simple. It'd be cool if the mug filled up instead of being a pie chart. It's not a pie chart. Just circles and slices doesn't automatically make a pie chart. No, whatever.
21 months, my Twitch sub is officially old enough to drink in the US. That's how this works, right?
Esprit, I am slightly concerned about your relationships at this point now. Just modestly concerned, but all the same, thank you very much for already subscribing there at tier 2, 21 months. Not old enough to drink in the US at that point, no. That's all the same, thank you very much, Esprit. Cheers on that. I was wondering if you were being serious or not over on the Discord about it being your resub day today. Now I know you were honest with that. Fair do. Right, yes. Dual Toxocyst. Now, I went ahead and leveled these up at the end of the last stream, but I haven't actually done anything more with them since because, well, quite frankly, that was a lot of Warframe all in one stream. I needed to rest. You don't keep playing something 24/7. I know there are some people and some streamers capable of that. I'm not one of them. Oh, I need to actually get these unlocked. That means complete a solo mission with the Dual Toxocyst equipped. I mean, that's an easy start, isn't it, chat? That's a really easy start. In fact, it's so easy, I'm going to switch to Wukong to make it even easier. Toxocyst, your favourite Incarnon? Fair dues, on fair. As we say on that note, charity marathon stream. Haven't got any planned. No. Dragon Maiden. Cheers on the hydrate. Cheers. Dragon asking, the rarest part for Korra is the systems, is it? I have forgotten exactly how Korra is farmed. Let me have a look here. Korra, Warframe, Wiki, doing what you could easily do, but here's just complain about that. Systems and Blueprint. Systems and Blueprint. They're both on Rotation C. There you go. Now you know. Oh, I have accidentally left this on Steel Path. This was a mistake. Slight tactical error here, because I don't know if this weapon is modded enough to kill this guy. And I also do not have other weapons equipped. So much for a nice, easy mission. Maybe this will get through. I mean, it's killing other things that come close to us. So. Oh, have I got him stuck? I've got him stuck. Oh, nope, never mind. He's no longer stuck. I'm just going to accept the fact that... Oh, God, and his shield's regenerated because of the bloody corrupted drones in the area. I need the additional armor. Never mind, it's not going to be enough. This has gone very grey, hasn't it? This is not working. I don't even know if I've got this fully modded. I don't think I have because it was in the process of being leveled up. Rolling guard, save me. He's nearly there. Oh god, this might kill me actually. Wait, I didn't use void mode. I didn't use void mode.
Excellent work. We'll
That counts.
the captive
That
back
counts.
at base. Your part is done here.
There we go.
and
Okay, that was stupid. That was. I should have taken it off steel path mode, but you know what? I got there in the end, so it counts. I may have burned through all of my passive and then still died. Doesn't matter. Still did it.
A valuable lesson.
It's still less than 3 minutes. I mean, to say that I did that about as wrong as possible, that's not bad. That's still faster than most missions. I'll take it. I'll take it. The Rod makes say, hi Ken, kind of burnt out of Warframe shortly after 2.3 came out. Any recommendations for getting back into it? One single recommendation I'd make, if you feel like it. If you feel like it. That's it. That's the entire recommendation right there. If you look at something either I'm doing on stream, if you look at one of my videos that pops up, if just something inspires you to go, let's have a look at that again. Let's try this thing out. Then you do it. But otherwise, if you're not inspired to, don't force yourself to do so, you know? If you're burned out on it, well, that's burnout. That's gone too far. The ideal amount of Warframe is to reach the point where you are satisfied, not to then cause it to turn into an excessive grindy muck of, oh, what do I do now? Oh, I don't want to go through that burnout. Because then you just sour your experience. But yeah, play Warframe if you want to. And if the whim doesn't take you, it's a game. Simple as. What's the stance for those shield and sword melees? What's a stance? What? You just want to know what the stances are? Sword and shield. So we've got 11th Storm and Final Harbinger. 11th Storm and Final Harbinger. Out of the two, I did a video on stances, but let me see. Did I make a note about Sword and Shield? I'm fairly certain I did. Just waiting for that to load. Sword and Shield, my recommendation was Final Harbinger is substantially stronger. Well, there we go then. Past me has said so. Final Harbinger is substantially stronger. Job done. I was grinding a lot because I didn't want to disappoint my clan, wanted to get MR30, and they just kind of stopped being fun for me. I mean, yeah. That'll do it for you. That will do it for you. If you've been playing the game for others, or if you've been grinding MR, not for what you want, but just to kind of reach some goal placed upon you, even one that you believe is placed upon you, even if not true, that'll burn you out. That will absolutely burn you out. Play games for you, not for others. If you're playing for others, they better damn well be paying you. By the way, subscribe. Yeah, no. Anyway, JUL Toxocyst. That mission is complete, so we can head down to Caballero and grab one of these two, and I'm definitely going to go for the multi-shot perk. Just makes sense. By the way, Cracker's Yard, you might notice that the bot sent a message immediately after you sent a message. You might find out that the bot was replying to you directly there. You actually triggered a bot command with that message. Just saying. What am I saying? Please never burn yourself out on our account. Come on now. If I was going to get burned out with Warframe, I think it would have happened a little bit sooner than 3 years into content creation. Just a little bit sooner.
Only place to find this body of mine looks like flesh.
Have I had a chance to check out the basketball augment? I have not, no.
Here's where it gets interesting.
I have not. Let's see. Oh god, there's so many of them. Dual Toxocyst, that's the one I was working on. Alright, multi-shot obtained. Next, kill 100 enemies with the Incarnon form.
Feeling
Should be easy enough to do.
Stay sharp.
Should be easy enough to do. And I'm saying, also taking a longer break from Warframe. Felt like I was working towards nothing at the point where I stopped. I mean, I get you. I get you. You get to... There are various break points in terms of progression in Warframe. Various points where it kind of grabs you and leaves you wondering, do I want to do this next bit? So, for example, once you've got a large part of the way around the star chart, you've unlocked all the planets, a lot of people then will go, now I've got to do all those other side missions, like, got to go back to Europa. What even is about, I don't know why I didn't do the capture, it's easy enough to do, but you look at this one, I don't really want to do that defense mission, it was out of the way, I skipped it for a reason. Those bits can grind you down. There is the whole grinding mastery rank, when the mastery ranks from 16 to 29 only really give you generalized stat buffs. So it gives you more standing, it gives you higher void trace capacity, those kinds of things. But it doesn't give you any new weapons, any new warframes, any new abilities, none of that lot. And that can knock you back a bit. So you're saying, my best friend looks at Steel Path and said, don't want to do this all over again, hasn't touched Warframe since. Yeah. And the problem is that, yeah, there are these things that step in your way that go, nope, yep, now here's a new grind. But the trick always, chat, is not to look at those and go, oh, I've got to do that. It's to go, no, I don't want to do that. I don't feel like it. If I open up my profile here, go to my stats, and we go down to, here it is, Eidolon Hydralisk captures 28. That is a third of the Hydralisk, third of the Eidolons, the Hydralist is, the last of them in the set. I've only captured it 28 times. Or for a more appropriate comparison, I suppose you could look at the Gantulists to see where I may have been in a squad that could have got onto the third, but all the same, that's a relatively low number. That is a relatively low number for someone with just about to hit 2,000 actual mission hours played. That is a pretty low number. But that's not a problem. All that means is that I looked at that content, I tried it out, and you went, honestly, this ain't ready for me. I do bits here or there, but it ain't ready for me. Whereas on the other hand, if you were to somehow see a list of, or the count of how many spy missions I've run, that'd be pretty substantial in comparison. I'm fairly certain my number of spy missions run would eclipse a lot of people, because I enjoy spy missions. The same is true with the Warframes I have used. The equipment stats here, you can see, if we go to Warframe, sort by progress, how, not progress, use, how Lavos, Wukong, Equinox, Navara, these guys are right up the top here. And yet if we scroll down to some generally considered powerful frames, we see I've got Nidus and Nidus Prime right the way down here. Brook Prime all the way down here. Hildren Prime, Mesa, Chroma, and Norris. These guys are sitting right the way down. Am I usually on the left side of the screen? I moved myself over at some point because I was blocking the abilities. People wanted to see the abilities I was casting. So I moved myself over. Lady who belitles at fish saying, hello everyone, thanks for the stream, gonna lurk for a while because you don't. That's absolutely fine. You enjoy lurking and watching the stream. Cheers. In this game, play what you want to play. In fact, sorry, no. In games, play what you want to play. Just in games, in general. Because there is no requirement for you to do anything else. If you do not enjoy that part of a game, don't do it. Warframe, almost paradoxically to what people might consider a positive thing, Warframe actually offers a means to skip various bits and pieces that you don't enjoy, and because you can trade with players with Platinum, it makes it even better. So like, for example, if you're looking at the Railjack grind, you're like, oh, I really don't want to go through getting all those materials and doing that quest and whatnot, then you just buy the Railjack. Same for the Necromechs. If you're just absolutely not in the mood to deal with the Void Rig grind, alright then, it's 375 platinum and you no longer have that issue to deal with. Simple as that. There are some things you can't skip with platinum. Obviously you can't pay platinum to complete star chart nodes, so you go through them when you feel like going through them, and when you don't feel like going through them, you don't. Because you're not being paid to do it. There is no requirement for you to do it. Play the game where it's fun, and if it ain't fun, don't play it. Pure and simple, really. Oops, I have accidentally pet my pet. So, yeah, we'll do that for a sec. As it clips right through me. Excellent. Very well done. I cannot stress that enough. And I know that might seem a bit weird. If I'm saying to people, certainly people who are regulars here, hey, by the way, if you're not feeling it, just don't play the game. Considering all my content, or at least the vast majority of the content I produce, is around Warframe. But it's just not going to produce anything good for you whatsoever if you burn yourself out and make yourself hate the game. You'll see Steam reviews of people who played 2, 3, 4, 5,000 hours. They're, oh, horrible grind, blah, 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 this wrong, that wrong, this wrong. It's like, bro, you played for thousands of hours. Of course you're going to talk about the things that you don't like because you've forgotten all the good ones by now. You're burned out, you've run too long. There isn't a too long based on numbers, it's a too long based on have you gone so far that you're actually hurting yourself over it. Let's just say, yeah, I was starting to feel it on Warframe. Luckily can't take a tower on planes and back home for the next 6 months to a year whilst I'm at the training. Yeah, fair dude. Absolutely valid. No, if I wanted to, I could, for example, burn through all of these relics. And I have got quite a few relics, chat. I've got quite a few relics. In fact, I've got... if I were to open up relics as a full-time job, opening up a relic every 3 minutes, so that's 20 relics an hour, and if I were to open up relics for 40 hours a week, it would take me over 6 weeks to get through these relics, and in that time I would probably pick up a significant number of additional relics. 6 weeks of relics, and that was the last time I counted. It's probably gone up since then, chat. Duxile will say, the problem I have is with Warframe is it's not challenging enough without going to level cap, and I've done it, it's really boring. This might come as a surprise to people, but if you can reach level 200, you can reach level cap. And that's it. Because at that point, the challenge is no longer killing the enemies. The challenge is more, can you do whatever ability rotation it is, or whichever survival rotation you're using, that makes it where you are functionally immortal. Once you get past about level 200, the only things that keep you alive are the things that either make you fully immortal or just undamaged. That's it. Shield gating is immortality. That's what it is. Revenant's Mesmer Skin, immortality. Valkyr's Hysteria, immortality. Or on the flip side of things, you've got Ivara's invisibility, Octavia's invisibility, Loki's invisibility. Obviously, invisibilities don't get hit abilities. Those are your two options. Okay, so I have to disagree a bit. I reached about level 200, then the same strat failed me at 230. Well, okay, 200 is a approximation. There are some ways you can get to 200 and then collapse. It is an approximation, but it basically comes down to much the same thing. Around that tier is where the other options of continuing fall apart. Whereas the levels for enemies, their tank, it plateaus. It plateaus massively. Each extra level after 200 is nowhere near as important as levels prior to that. So yeah. Trigger now saying, damn, I have about 10 to 15 relics I have over 2,000 of. How the hell do you have 2,000 of a relic? Sorry, what? I do not want to know how many hours you played. I do not want to know how many hours you played. If you have 2,000 of a relic. Yikes. Okay, fair enough. But to each your own. No, Warframe isn't a balanced game, so mechanical challenge in terms of can I beat X level of enemy vanishes. It does, absolutely. Like prior to Steel Path, the highest level missions were basically up over here, you had your arena missions over on Sedna, and then you had the tier 4 Void. These were the highest level missions until only a couple years ago. Can you fathom that? The highest level mission starting at level 40. Highest. Or if you wanted, you could consider the special alert mission coming around, the arbitrations, starting at 60. Fair point. That was it. That was your high level missioning. Now we have Steel Path and we have new nodes, like go down to Conjunction Survival, which means that you can now start at level 180. And then that's about as far as it goes there. Everything beyond that is just an extrapolation of the system. I'm going to head on over to this one for the dual Toxocyst, leveling up that. Is Warframe crossplay? Yes, it is crossplay. It's not cross-save, but it is crossplay. So if you are on Xbox, you can play with someone on PlayStation, Switch, and PC simultaneously. Absolutely. What's that, Fathomad? Cheers. Cheers, cheers. But yes, indeed. If I set this to public, I could have someone from each of the platforms here right now.
Set off the alarms to start.
But yeah, there's, you don't have crossplay climbs, you don't have crossplay trading, no. It's crossplay play. Some quests are solo only, but aside from that, yes. You can do missions together, one PC, one Xbox. Absolutely, no problem there. Alright, so I just need to get 100 kills with the Incarnon mode. Should be pretty easy. Don't even need to finish the mission. Every quest is solo these days. I think there's some bits of quests that you can do together, but yeah, a lot of them are solo. A lot of them are solo. Just can't add each other? What do you mean you can't add each other? Sorry, what do you mean you can't add each other? Is everyone on this list PC? Did I not notice that? Huh, I didn't notice that. Alright then. Yeah, that's lit by me. Is there a setting you need to enable for crossplay? It's on by default. You need to disable it to lose crossplay. Nearly there. Nearly got my 100. Oh, I need to get one bit more charge. There we are. Alright, cool. Now I can dip. Yeah, I don't know why I thought you could add friends for crossplay. Eh. That's weird. And I'm surprised I never noticed. There we are. SBI are on par today. Right, let's head back down to Cavallero and grab the next of the upgrades. If a dual Toxocyst can't adapt to laying around, you might want to install it. Maybe. I'm going to be investigating a weapon, seeing what's going on with it today, so we can see just how well it goes. Digibro asking for Rob, do you want instrumental or vocal? Instrumental or vocal, my dude?
Buy stuff. Don't bring your tales of suck. Here's where it gets interesting.
Let's see here. So we got recoil, reload, speed, or reload passively. The recoil can be annoying, but once you got the headshot, it doesn't matter. Reload. Honestly, the reload's not that bad, but yeah, I'm going to reduce the recoil just because it's annoying until you've got the shots. Now I need to get 17 consecutive headshots. Interesting.
Okay, bring it to life.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, later.
Let's do it. Hello there, Harry. How you doing? Welcome on in, Harry. Missional corpus. Hold up. We haven't planned on a mission just yet. Yeah, I'm doing alright, Harry. We're just in the moment of upgrading the dual Toxocyst here, getting the full Incarnon perks. I'm going to be figuring out just what we can do with this weapon. It does look like GG Bro has gone MIA after asking for the rock, so we'll just put on the instrumental. My preference out of the two. We'll put on that one, until confirmed otherwise. Alright, let's get some consecutive headshots. Don't really need to do anything too crazy with that. So, let's just load in. What we're going to do this one is actually head on down to Earth Mariana. Just because the enemies are a little bit more constrained as to where they can go here, and there's going to be no nullifiers. Should be nice and easy. You got this one this week? Nice. Well, stick around and see what we can do with it. Oh, and apparently I can roll too far. Okay. You are ruining my day. Ah. Well, I got my headshots. That was easy. What made me become a Lavos main? Lavos did. I think you're more asking, if I'm interpreting the meaning behind that question, why am I a Lavos main? Like, what's good about Lavos that makes me want to use Lavos all the time? That's because Lavos is an exceedingly tanky frame, a lazy tank with the way I'm set up. So with Arcane Grace as well, he's just constantly regenerating health in most circumstances. He just kind of slogs through stuff. If there is more to deal with, I can use Ophidian Bite for additional healing as well. Lavos gives me elemental affinity. Basically, I can use all of the elements. So I've got heat, toxin, cold, electric, corrosive, viral, gas, blast, whatever I want to use, available on demand. So I can slow down enemies, I can use it for conditioned overload purposes, I can turn enemies against each other. These two abilities open up enemies for finishers. This one is a great zoomy ability. It's all completely free, so I don't need to worry about energy economy. We've got damage ability, got sustain for ammunition purposes. He's got so much involved. You can be stupidly lazy, or you can be stupidly active. With Swift Bite in here as well, I could be casting almost, not quite, but almost non-stop. It would be non-stop if I bumped up my efficiency. So really, Lavos allows me to do whatever it is I need to do. If I need to move around the map, between just ordinary bullet jumping, enhanced by Arcane Consequence, and the yeetage of Vile Rush, I can beat out quite a number of people for mobility, while still having all the tank available to me. If I want to go on a damage spree, he's got it. If I want to go on just a casting spree, he's got it. And if I just want to wade into a mission and laugh at all the enemies as they try their very best and fail, yep, this Umbral set will do it. 204 on levels? Yup. Doesn't need the third one. Everything fits. Doesn't need the extra one. So yeah. Must have a lot of Umbral Form if you use them on Prime. Well, if I just go actions, polarization, yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I mean, Lavos Prime is going to be quite a while away, and I have 23 of them lying around at the moment. Yeah, I'm okay. And if that doesn't really sell just how okay I am, if I then just do this is going to hurt some people. This is called Twitch's fault for a reason. It was you guys that made me do this. This wasn't my choice. Umbral, Eurali. I'm fine for Umbral Formers. I do not recommend this build. Do not do this build. It's stupid. Please do not put even one Umbral Former on Eurali, let alone 3. As much as I have 1000 health on Eurali, no. Please no. Don't do this. And also do not put on, if I just demonstrate here, this is an Aura Former as well. You don't need an Aura Former on Eurali either. Don't do that. But yeah, I'm fine when it comes to Umbrals. The whole, oh, don't put Umbrals onto non-primes. If the prime doesn't exist yet, you will likely get more Umbrals by the time the prime exists. Don't worry about it. We're number 4 on Warframe? Oh, we need to do better than that. Number 4 on Warframe? Goodness gracious, why are we not number 1? Everyone, come on, call up your friends, get them in here. Eric said, I'm probably going to do it and say Ken taught me. No, no, don't you dare, no. Absolutely not. I do not need that being spread around. People believe you. That's the problem. People will genuinely believe you, and then they'll hate me without ever having heard me. Please don't do that. Why do I have 2 Euryades? One of them is properly modded, the other one has Umbral Formers. That's why. That's why. Thank you, Ari. Tezzerx, they finally caught your... finally caught your on Twitch. You make great YouTube videos, Kenji. Thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome on in. Hope you enjoy Twitch just as much. I know I don't speak the same way as I do on YouTube. This is a frequent comment from people, is that I don't speak anywhere near the same as I do on YouTube. And that's because, basically, on YouTube, I'm focused on a script, on a educational moment. I'm trying to get across an idea in a way that can be understood by everyone. Here, I'm making a little bit more noise. I'm a little bit more free flow. A little bit more free flow. So yeah. Alright then, Toxocyst, we've done the challenge, so I just need to go open that up, and I'm definitely picking up the crit chance. I don't need the extra toxin, I don't need the puncher as far as I'm concerned. Crits! Crits mean damage, and damage is amazing. Oh, yes indeed. Crits is damage, and damage is amazing, so let's go grab that. TMC Bart, hello there, how you doing today? Hello Zombie Phoenix. But I mean, you speak British here too? Oh, I'm still British, it's just... Hold on, let me move my microphone over. It's a little bit further away than I use it for recording. One sec. And so now we've got it on screen. Because here, I'm going to demonstrate to you how it's different, how I speak, when it comes to recording a video, compared to recording on a stream. So I'm going to head on over now to Caballero. I'm going to say thanks to Labalena Sensual for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel proper. Let's head over to Caballero. We're going to evolve the Incarnon weapon and grab the dual Toxocyst here. Upgrading this, we've got Evolution 4, the Pick of Commodore's Fortune for increased critical chance, Neurotoxin on headshot, Toxin for 3 seconds, or Ripper Rounds on kill plus 3 punch through for 7 seconds. The best of these is going to be the critical chance. There's no alternative you need to consider because, quite frankly, this is the only one giving you the power. Now I'm going to move the microphone back away again, and we're all good. What mic do I use? This is a Blue Snowball Ice. Blue Snowball Ice. How much crit does Incarnon form have? Now, 31% chance, which compared to some Incarnons isn't the most insane. But it does go up a lot from the 11% or 5% of the normal mode without that buff. So that is a pretty substantial change right there. Like, we've near enough tripled our critical chance. That's huge.
Here's where it gets interesting. If you die, I got dibs on your stuff.
Oh god, YouTube Ken taking Twitch Ken's job is so cursed, feels unnatural. It is unnatural. It is, because YouTube Ken, as I say, usually works from a script. I had to kind of imagine ahead there what script I'd want to deal with, and that kind of improv doesn't fit with me. But yeah. Point of view, Kenjiro enters Chrysalith 69. If it's there every time, yeah. If it's there every time. Also, Disaster Maker, cheers. Any idea how much the new Incarnon adapters will cost? About $350. Yeah. Hello there, Predator Queen. Hope you're doing well today. Or at least, certainly better than previously. Let's go with that. I'm British? Yeah. You got a problem, Andis? Hopefully not, because that'd be weird. To have a problem with the British, like, only about 75 countries have a problem with the British? That'd be really weird to, you know, be one of them. YouTube Ken needs an agent, Stream Ken needs tips thrown into his hat. That's valid. That's valid. Like, YouTube Ken writes and signs contracts. Twitch Ken goes, yo! I don't know if I've ever done that on stream, but there we go. Now I have. Now I have. You're not no problem with the British in Malta? Excellent. You're not one of the 75 countries then. Do you know what is the most widely received British export? British export to more countries, more people than anything else. Enjoyed by more people around the world, non-British people, than anything else. Tezzerect thinks it's tea. Incorrect. Solomir is on it. Solomir knows where I'm going here. It is indeed Independence Days. The biggest British export is Independence Days. So, yeah, there are a couple countries and cultures that might have a problem with that. Oh dear. How to get galvanized mods? To grab galvanized mods, what you need to be doing is basically going through arbitrations. You buy them from the arbitration store with Vitus Essence. Also, hello there, Dangnugs. It's been a hot minute. But yeah, to do that, to get the the galvanized mods, you head on over to arbitration store. It's just for, I think it's 20 Vitus Essence each, so it's really easy to get if you've been playing for at least a minute. You'll be fine. They're saying Canadian here, so get it lol from UK originally. Ah, fair do, fair do. Right, let's go full toxin on this. I was using heat before, but the dual Toxocyst just shoves in. Excuse me, God, that curry is arguing with me. Yeah. The dual Toxocyst switches up on the toxin, so we might as well go full toxin. Let's just triple dip on that there. Let's see, any more crit power that we can put in? I could go for galvanized crosshairs. Should be easy enough to get headshots, because this Incarnon form, yeah, it's direct damage. Let's go for that then. Let's go for that. You're almost having arbitrations unlocked? Nice. Worth going for. Oh, sorry to hear that, Predator Queen. Sorry to hear that. Incarnon mods were a wild idea. Aren't it? Incarnon mods would basically just be Rivens, but you get to choose the stats. Let's be realistic now. Like, if you look at this here, we got a choice of one stat, and a choice of a second stat, and a choice of a third stat. That's literally a Riven mod without the Riven. That's what that would basically be. Which is better than Riven, so, you know, I'm down for that. CMC, you were not banned for that. We don't discuss bans here, however, because I have no control over it and no input on it on the side. I wish you all the best for taking it up with support. Alright, this needs forming, it needs leveling, so let's get some more power out of this one, and to do that, look at that, 93% critical chance. And that crit chance is only going to go higher when this activates. Ooh, that's going to be lovely. That is going to be lovely. So let's get some usage out of that. I'm actually going to switch on over to Rhino. We're on Vazarin, got Rhino. That's going to be suitable for leveling. Let's switch over to public, and let's have someone give me some levels really quick. Because passively leveling off other players is a very efficient way of doing it. So why not? Why not? The reason I take Rhino is because I can give out a raw buff, so I'll buff up the team. And therefore make it faster, although I do need to have the energy to get started on that. So as soon as the energy drops, then I can do that. There it is. Alright then, raw buff to everyone. 135% raw buff. I don't think anyone on the team could be upset with that. Now, as much as I've gone Toxin here, I do realise that having the gas might be more beneficial when dealing with the Infested here because of AoE, but I don't know if normally I'd want to have gas over Toxin. I'm not sure, because gas doesn't scale from elemental modding, so it wouldn't have anywhere near the direct damage output. Oh, sorry, the area damage output of direct damage. Is the Bratz Incarnon crit perk still broken? To my knowledge, the last time I checked, yes. I haven't seen any patch notes to say otherwise. There's enough charge, let's use it. Ah, can't really use it if they're all dead. There we go. And that's pretty effective. Yeah, I'd say that's effective. But it is also the Infested, so maybe not. We just need to get leveled. A slow process, but we'll get there. I don't know what we got on the team here, because I'm seeing a lot of enemies, which means we haven't got a proper nuke, have we? Gauss, Neja, Harrow, oh dear. Well, that Harrow could be amazing, but they're not. They're not. Do I think Grendel is worth keeping and upgrading? Yes. Grendel is an extremely beefy health tank. Very good self-heal as well to keep that health tank going. Grendel also, with the right setup, has the ability to completely armor strip in an AoE at 0 energy cost. I want you to consider that for a moment. Complete armor strip, 0 energy cost in an AoE. That's the thing that Grendel can do. Grendel also has team support with Nourish, which allows Grendel to put out viral damage bonuses. I'm going to skip this squad and find a new... yeah, skip this squad, find a new one. Will I? Yeah, I'm going to find a new one. So Grendel can give viral damage bonuses on your weapons. Grendel can apply viral procs to all nearby enemies and staggering them, and that's 10 viral procs, and increase your energy gain both for you and your allies. Grendel used to be memeier, but seriously, check out my guide to Grendel. Since the change, he's actually really powerful. Not for everyone. He's not everyone's style, but he is really powerful. We'll go through. I need to get a few more levels, sod it. Let's go through. Let's just go through. Alright. Iron Skin, Raw Buff. Yeah, it's gotta be Gauss using that thermal sub there. There we go. Ah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's what we're looking for. Get the headshots, get the charges, and get to shooting. Grendel with Silence makes a lot of stuff a breeze. I mean, Grendel makes a lot of stuff a breeze anyway, but yeah, Silence can help out as well. Silence can absolutely help out. And one downside with the dual Toxocyst Incarnate is that the ammo efficiency that it gets on headshot doesn't apply to Incarnate mode, like all ammo efficiency doesn't. Yep. And thanks. Because they said physically. Grendel just sounds like he says all the time when he uses his ability and can't take it. I mean, you can turn off the in-game sounds, but I get it. I understand. It's only one ability that says full woo, but I understand. Trying to get those headshots, there we go. Now the one downside of using the galvanized crit mod is that you have to zoom to get the benefit. And this is quite a bit of zoom. That's not a small zoom on this gun. Which is not very conducive to close quarter combat. Definitely more of a mid-longer range weapon in terms of that sheer amount of zoomage. Which is unusual because a lot of Incarnate weapons actually have reduced zoom. Not the dual Toxocyst. Okay, now we're max rank and I can leave. I'm just going to stand in the corner. Is it possible to increase Incarnate ammo capacity? No. It's fixed. It's fixed. Have we fixed the ammo pickup bug soon? Yeah, it's a thing. There are a few bugs that... It's bug frame for a reason, let's put it that way. It's bug frame for a reason.
The conduit is closing fast.
No. Just no. Oh dear, dear, dear. Cast only play furry frames.
Hunter, the sanctuary.
I'm just going to leave you with that one. I'm just going to leave you with that, Caster. Yeah, you do you. You do you. Right then, dual Toxocyst. Let's have a look at putting another former into this thing. Let's get the full power going here. Now, I could theoretically actually switch this over to a viral approach. Let's see. If I go for pure toxin from the toxin bonus on headshot, the other options I have available to me, I can go for corrosive, pure, viral pure, toxin pure, gas pure, or I can go for magnetic toxin, I can go for blast toxin. Now, blast toxin no one cares about. Blast toxin is terrible. If blast procs mattered, then it'd be interesting, but they don't. So that just leaves magnetic toxin if I go for that approach, and that's only for Corpus. Pure toxin, again, best of Corpus, doesn't really have a benefit elsewhere otherwise. Pure gas, best against the infested, doesn't really work elsewhere. It's nowhere near as good, not without a grouping ability. Corrosive does work overall. But viral also works overall. How about rad toxin? Oh yeah, there's also rad toxin. How did I miss that? But again, rad toxin isn't amazing. Isn't
You
amazing.
have excellent taste.
Hey, Ken. Didn't notice you there.
Oh.
Anyways, if you had the ability, would you go to a TennaCon live in person? And if you were a featured creator, what would your panel be on?
That's a very interesting question, SB. Also, first of all, thank you very much for the £4 tip. Didn't notice I was there. If I had the ability, would I go to a TennaCon live and in person? Yes. If I had the means, I would. And if you're a featured creator, what would your panel be on? Now that would be telling, isn't it? That would be telling. I feel like I should hold on to that, just for as and when, so as not to ruin it for anyone. You know, no point throwing it out there or setting unfair expectations in case I change my mind or whatnot. I think I'll hold on to that one. But yes, absolutely. Attending a TennaCon live would be a nice thing. How can a tip weigh that much? It's... And this. Just... Anyway. Cheers, Kraken Jihad. Yeah, out of everything, I think, given the sheer status output on this, I might just go for a viral approach, just so it can work with everything. Although, that said, I'm using secondary immersives at the moment. What if I consider using secondary encumber? Isn't Blast the best element to take down Xmas shields? Only if I get the ability to change the game. Why would Blast be the best element to take down Xmas shields? Sad Death, I think you may have forgotten that you heard my suggestion as to how to improve Blast status, as in making it the viral for Overguard, and got that stuck in your head as to why Blast is best against Xmas shields. It's the only thing I can think you mean there. Ray said, hey, Ken, I returned. Dogs got to my headset and no longer have a microphone. Ooh, that's not great. That's not great. Yeah, secondary encumber, because when you apply a status effect, chance to trigger a random second status effect, because then I can combine that with galvanized shot. I'll figure out what to do across those later, to get the extra damage there. You feel like Blast removes Xmas shields faster than other elements? Interesting. Well said, Death. Prove it. Grab some proof, and I'll look into it. Until then, I'm going to say you're incorrect. Now this brings up our status to 103% at the moment, which is kind of a little bit ridiculous. Kind of slightly ridiculous. But also on top of that, let's make sure I'm not being silly about the damage bonuses here. So we've got increased damage by plus 50. How much is it normally? It's 75. Ooh. And is the damage the same on both? The damage is the same on both, so it's going to be 75-75 and then 50-50. That's quite a bit. Now the reason I'm concerned about that, chat, for those of you who may be a little bit confused as to why I'm a little bit the damage bonus here on pretty much all evolutions, if not all of them, it doesn't scale with galvanized mods on the direct damage on status type. Those don't interact. How do you unlock Steel Path? To unlock Steel Path, you need to complete every single mission on the star chart. That includes you must have completed all 3 mission nodes on Duviri. So that is Circuit, Lone Story, Duviri Experience. And you must have completed the Angels of the Zariman quest, because that is the last quest in the quest line to unlock the final nodes on the star chart. So if you have not completed every single mission on the star chart, including the missions unlocked with the Angels of Zariman, you won't have access to Steel Path. Once you've done all that, head to Teshin in any relay. So let's see then. With this, let's see how much status I get out of it. See what kind of bonus I can expect first. Does Duviri count? Duviri does count, yes. So let's get a quick idea of what kind of status I can get out of this.
True hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without you?
No, I can understand Thargonian. That's a valid vent. The Protea farm is very RNG dependent, and so that can absolutely crash through you. I can fully understand. I can fully understand. Right, let's grab an Exodoxide Officer. Let's quickly get an idea what kind of status output I can expect here. I mean, that is pretty comprehensive, isn't it? That is pretty comprehensive when it comes to status effects. Even with the reduced fire rate for not getting the headshots, that's pretty comprehensive. And this damage we're seeing at the moment is without any bonus from galvanized shots there. Alright, so let's consider this then. First, I want to test to make sure I understand exactly how galvanized shot works on this weapon. So let's grab Hornet Strike, let's grab galvanized shot, and see what happens here. So we're using just the base values, near enough. Dual Toxocyst from Punch Through is very interesting. Yeah, it's an option. Unfortunately, isn't that option on... Yeah, it's on this one, which means losing near enough 2/3 of our critical chance, or 80% of it on the normal mode. That's a lot of crit chance to lose. You're basically going no crit approach at that point, which is valid, but that's still a cost. Science Hike Engineer, family register video, super handy. Glad I could help out on that. Not already. Do you need to do with each cycle change now? No. If you've done all 3 Duviri nodes on normal mode, those are sorted for accessing Steel Path. Doesn't matter what spiral, that's what you need to do. There are some people who are experiencing bugs where they cannot access the Steel Path versions of Duviri content at the moment. So if you are experiencing that bug, the best you can do is just report your circumstances and on the existing threads on the bug report forums. There is a known bug with that. Oh, mod for Punch Through. Okay, yeah, November, yeah. I can have a look at that. Right, let's grab an Xmas unit and a bunch of butchers. And there we go. Kill whatever's messing with us spawning. And let's just set these to level 60. There we are. Okie dokie. So, starting point. Now I'm testing against the Xmas here because Overguard has no damage type modifiers. And because it has no damage type modifiers, I can easily know exactly what the weapon's actually doing. And we see 425 or 850 crits. I'm just going to make a quick note of that. 425 or 850 crit. Wonderful starting point. And then if we send the Butcher to the Shadow Realm, now I've got a stack of Galvanized Shot. That crit was 914, 978, and 489 on the non-crit. I've forgotten those numbers. I've forgotten exactly what I said that quickly. Whoops. I'll just do it again. It's fine. 914. 914 is enough for me to work from. Or 978. There we go. Okie dokie. You know what? I'm going to let you guys see the notepad. It'll be a little bit boring if I just have it off screen all the time. So let's grab you that. Boom. Numbers. Numbery numbers. So, this was the crit. This was the normal. And then we got 1 proc crit. And 2 proc crit of these values here. So what we're seeing then is that a proc is increasing us by 64 and 64 again. So yep, that's consistent. Always good to verify that straight up. So plus 64 on the crit per proc. Now we head on here to want to triple check all our numbers. Galvanized Shot is adding on supposedly 40%. Now what we're actually seeing here, obviously this may be additive or multiplicative with Hornet Strike. Let's run with the assumption that I said earlier that the Incarnon perk isn't included. So we have at base 75 damage and then 50 from the Incarnon. So we're expecting only the base damage to be affected, which means 60% effectiveness. And on top of that, we're also adding it alongside Hornet Strike, which is a 220% mod. So the numbers we'll be expecting on that would be a 60% gain, multiplied by the 40% from the actual mod, divided by the base value, plus the bonus from Hornet Strike. This would be the expected increase, if my assumptions are correct. 60% by 40% is 24%. 24% divided by 320% is a 7.5% increase. Yeah, sorry, that's multiplied by. Is it? No, wait, no. No, it's divided by. Yeah. If I'm remembering things correctly here, so let me just check my mathematics here. Bonus from the Incarnon perk I'm saying isn't going to be affecting Galvanized Shots bonus, or included in it. So Galvanized Shots only affecting 60% of the damage. And then this is the damage with Hornet Strike and the base. So the addition from Galvanized Shot per proc should be 7.5%. 914 divided by 850. It went up. So what happened? We got 914 damage on the 1 proc crit. If we divide that, I don't know why I'm using different divide signs, let's keep that simple. If we divide that by the 850 without the buff, we get 107.53%. Which means, chat, within basically within enough decimal places for me to get enough significant figures, I expected an increase to 7.5%, and we got an increase to 7.5%. Bang on. So that shows that Galvanized Shot is applying additively, and it is not taking into account the damage bonus from the Incarnon perk. That's what I expected would happen, but it's always good to test these things because sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes the game just lies, but this is how I can verify that's how it works. And that's why Xmas units are brilliant for testing against, to get around any kind of damage type modifiers and other weirdy schmeardy stuff. We just know it works. So, dual Toxocyst, Galvanized Shot stacks additively, and it stacks with 60% effectiveness because of this being 40% of the damage. Just bearing that in mind. So, with that considered then, that brings us then to optimizing the arcane choice and the other modding therein. So if, for example, I go with Galvanized Shot and Encumber, the alternatives is that I could have, for example, here Hornet Strike, and then I could have any other arcane there. I could have Secondary Comfort, or I could have Merciless or whatnot. So there's now a few more bits and pieces involved to consider. FK I'm glad my brain doesn't have to control my mouth when maths are involved, or I would scream a lot. No, it's fine. I do the maths, so you guys don't have to. Although if you do want to see more about the maths, that's why I Meet the Math over on Patreon. Is Harrow's crit increase on headshot with his fourth ability additive or multiplicative? Neither, it's absolute. It's an absolute value. So what that means is that you get your entire critical figured out. Say, on this gun here, I've got 75% critical chance after my mods. And then Harrow's crit comes in. If you have a 200% bonus from Harrow on headshot, this 75% becomes 275%. It's an absolute value added on after all other calculations are done. Because let's make things confusing, you know. That's why. Bread Queen, cheers. Great for Nucor? Oh yes. Harrow and the Kuva Nucor are a match made in heaven, absolutely. So I'm saying, I missed it, but how did you do the consecutive headshot challenge? Oh! Symes, very easily. I stunned an enemy. Well, actually, he was on a console, but I was going to stun an enemy anyway, using electric proc from Lavos. And because I had multi-shot on the gun, each shot from the gun was counting for more than one headshot. So all I needed to do was just get a guy standing still and just go brap, 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 brap in their head a few times, and that was it. Job done. It's really easy to do. Really, really easy to do. That's why you missed it. It happened quickly. Cyclo, you're very welcome. Enjoy your drop there. And stick around for the others. You can shoot Eidolon for that challenge? No, well, fair enough. I just did it against a normal enemy on Mariana on Earth. Seal path so they didn't instantly keel over when I shot them. Then they'd die. Is the best song disabled? Predator Queen, I don't know why you're asking that, because you asked it last time and it wasn't disabled. I'm fairly certain it was you who asked the exact same question last time and it wasn't disabled. I don't see any reason it would be disabled to know. Okie dokie then. Now, how do I want to figure this out? If we say we're secondary encumber, let's say... how much status is this going to put out? Let's say we get 8 status effects to consider. And now you've put Baby Shark into many people's heads. Well done, Predator Queen. Well done. Aries Summer says, sorry, silly baby turn question. I'm using Torid Incarnons and sometimes it randomly goes into my arch gun. What is prompting that? When you say goes into your arch gun, do you mean you suddenly just cool down your arch gun? If so, you may have set up a keybind and are accidentally hitting it. Because, for example, like my arch gun is keybound to slot 3, so when I press 3 on my numpad, that. What? Why is 3 bound to my first ability? Huh? Ah. Right. I know what I did there. First of all, Parallel Divide, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel proper. Enjoy a lovely blue sub badge, your emotes, and your access to premium supporter T-Lounge over on my Discord. Cheers. So let me tell you guys why. And to make that easy, I'm going to demonstrate. If I grab this guy, I have him set with the inverted tap hold so that when I tap one, he instantly teleports. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to control WASD and press 1 on my keyboard at the same time. So I bound it to one of the side buttons on my mouse, but because for some reason of the way the software is on my mouse, I have to assign a keyboard function to some of the buttons. They don't get picked up properly by programs. And so what I did was I bound numpad 3 to one of these buttons. It is the back left button on the side of my mouse. And so that means I could still use WASD, I could still use my mouse and everything as normal. I just flex my thumb, and that presses 3. Or rather, it presses that mouse button, which now I have bound to this. But it was previously to allow me to teleport as Clevo without having to press 1 on the keyboard, which will allow me more control over WASD whilst blinking around. That's why that happened. Okay. I forgot that that side button was technically numpad 3, but now I remember. And yeah, there you are, Aerie. After that silliness, that's what I'd imagine would be summoning your Archgun, because otherwise I don't know of a reason why you would suddenly just go Archgun whilst using Torid Incarnon. That wouldn't make any sense otherwise. Why can't I... Ah, I think I was attacking me again. Yeah, I was probably attacking me. Anyway, do I not have a mouse with a pre-bound numpad on it? Esprit, I don't even know what you mean by that, so I'm just going to leave you there. Oh, no, not Rhino. Not Lavos. Lavos messes with math. Where Rhino? My Rhino build does not mess with math. Okay, so I was going to try and figure out what we're doing here. So, let's figure out the damage bonus. Then using Galvanized Shot secondary income, but assuming we get 8 status procs from it. Parallel divide again. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. So, we can ignore most of all that. We got the 7.5% number. It said 7.53%. There's going to be a rounding error. Doesn't matter. 7.5% is what we're dealing with there. So, or at least, that's... Actually, I don't even need that either. It was just a proof of additive. Right. Galvanized Shot at 60% effectiveness and 40% per proc. And it goes up to 3 procs. Will give us a damage increase per proc of 72% additive. Okay, so plus 72% per proc fully stacked. With 8 procs, that's very simply 8 times that, a plus 576% damage bonus, which is pretty strong. Yeah, I think we can say that's pretty strong. Loyalty to the Night Sky saying there's less options for binding on console controller. I think you should experiment with it. Gear wheel can be annoying. Yeah, if you can at least get a couple keybinds in there on controller, you might be doing yourself a world of good. Absolutely. Absolutely. Is this one of those mice that's 9 on the side? No, I've got 3 on the side, and then I've got 3 down the middle. Although the middle ones, I'll be honest, are a little bit awkward to use. As of when this mouse finally cops it, I will get a different layout. But yeah, I've got 3 on the side, and they're perfectly fine for me. Especially useful in things like Apex, where I can use the front side button for punch, the middle side button for shield battery, and the back side button for shield cell. So I don't have to go through the menu of picking up the cells or remember where's my punch button. I just remember the forwards is deal with the 4 things. The middle one, which is slightly bigger, is the big heal. And the back one, which is slightly smaller, is the small heal. All nice and quickly. And that does genuinely save my life in that game. Anyway, that's a different game. Project Netico, hey, coming from Sabucci, because his chat stream getting drama filled. Alright, well, no drama here. No drama here unless you bring it with you, and in which case don't. We are doing math here, which might be more or less calm depending on how much you like math. But don't worry, I'm the one doing the math. You just have to sit back and watch. It's fine. So, that is a strong value right there, using those 2 together. But that is assuming we can get 8 procs from secondary encumber, who does take a moment or 2 to stack up to that. I somewhere have a calculator for figuring out how likely it is to actually achieve that, but I'm not going to think about that right now. I'm not going to think about that. Assuming 8 procs, we get a pretty strong result. Actually, I'm going to re-trigger that again, just to see what I need to do to achieve that. Yeah, look at that. That level 60 melted there, so let's try something a little bit stronger than 60. Let's... Oh, no. Stronger than 60, Ken. Is that exploding? Oh, I didn't know it exploded. Why do I not know it exploded? Okay, well, that's helpful. That's built-in AoE. Neat. So for an unfinished build, that's pretty cool. Why is the spread on that, though? Oh. With the lack of recoil, I didn't notice the lack of the amount of spread. Ah, okay. This is not as precise a weapon as I hoped. Ooh. Okay. Okay. It's not an explosion, it's a ricochet. Oh, right. Yeah, it's a ricochet, isn't it? My bad, my bad, my bad. Yeah. That's why I didn't remember. Okay, let's Exo Gokstad officers. Yeah. One thing that a lot of these Incarnate weapons suffer from is visual noise. It gets incredibly hard for me to see the head that I'm shooting when there is a bajillion effects in front of it. Am I the only one that experiences that? I know that we've got gas going on here, which doesn't help at all. Like, even just generally, I do feel that a number of Incarnate weapons, there's just so much visual noise. And going for the headshots consistently actually becomes problematic. Because I get the same with the bursting. I'm not fully satisfied with this yet. I mean, it's getting there, but yeah, we got some work to do on this. We got work to do. We got work to do. Okay. And the opposite, I say I'd like it to not be 100% invisible or invisible. Sorry, Eric, like the opposite. I'd like to not be 100% invisible when invisible. Oh, right, I get you. Like, you would like to be more visible. I get it. So, like, rather than your invisibility looking like this you don't want. And instead you're looking more for this invisibility, where Wisp actually just gets particles around her. But you can still see all your fashion. That kind of invisibility. An indicator without removing your fashion. Or, if you want semi-transparent, there's Ivara. Who gets... Okay, it's normally more dramatic than this. Am I doing something wrong? I swear she normally has a bit more dramatic one, but Wisp, yeah. Wisp has the particles when she's invisible because of her passive, so her nature of invisibility isn't actual invisibility. If that makes sense. That makes no sense, but I'm sure you get that. Looking forward to Wisp Prime? Oh yeah. Oh yes. Mirage Eclipse ability look? Yeah, I mean, there's different ways of going about it. It's basically perhaps an ephemera look to show invisibility without losing your fashion, which I understand. Anywho, dual Toxocyst, so let's see. Now, the alternative that we have here is not going for the galvanized shot approach, because if we're not using Encumber, we're not using shot. If we don't use that, we can use instead, say, Merciless or Deadhead. Deadhead will give us... Let's look at Deadhead for a moment, because this one has the highest total damage bonus. So this will give us here a 360% damage bonus at all times. So Deadhead plus 360%. And it also has a 30% bonus to headshot. So if we take that all together, we've got 4.6 damage total times 1.3, which is effectively a 498% bonus. Effectively. Temperature 20, we all lift together. we can do that in game, but I can only do that in my orbiter. Sorry, I can only do that in the orbiter, and I don't have it downloaded. So I can do that once we're back in the orbiter, Timberchad. Only then. Otherwise, you have to actually look at the options which are given to you when you hit your DJ. Do I have a coupon active? I do not know. That's a resource drop chance booster. So when you compare those two, we're saying on the approach with Galvanized Shot and using Secondary Encumber, we have to get to 8 procs for this level of bonus. 7 procs gives us 504%. So still close enough. Yeah, let's just put... If we put 7 procs is 504. I think that adds up correctly, doesn't it? Yeah. So 7 status procs are required on the enemy. 7 different procs to be the same bonus as just headshotting with Deadhead. And for a direct targeting weapon like this, headshotting is crucial because it doubles your critical multiplier and gives you a triple damage buff. If you're not going for headshots, you are missing out on so much damage. But, yeah, I do think that would be the way then, because if a single arcane can give us that level of bonus, that just opens up a slot to do something else. I mean, I could even do something as stupid as Hornet Strike, granted this doesn't fit in the current build, but something as basic as Hornet Strike, and it would be superior. Because at that point, our total bonus effectively would be... Well, this would climb to 580%, which is already better than this, and then the 1.3 multiplier comes in as well. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Deadhead is just superior for this. But only in terms of pure damage. Now there is the other side to it, chat. Now there's the other side to it. Secondary Encumber doesn't just give us a damage bonus, it also gives us all the status effects, obviously. And the effect of all those status effects, very simply... Where did it go? There it is. The effect of all those status effects isn't just to give us a damage bonus, but also the actual bonuses of the status effects. So, if we proc viral without having viral on the weapon, we're dealing double damage to health. Which means that this 504%, we're looking now at equivalent of 1108%. Or more if we get more viral blocks. Say with magnetic, you're hitting against shields. If we get corrosive, we are burning through armor. If we get heat, we're dealing additional damage over time. All those bits and pieces coming in there. So when we compare it against that, Deadhead falls off. Now we have got the option of Galvanized Crosshairs. Galvanized Crosshairs, this will give us, at maximum stack, 320% critical chance bonus. This is stacking with Creeping Bullseye, which has a 200% bonus. So we're effectively going to double our critical chance value. Near enough double. So 93% would climb to 186%-ish. I think it might even reach near enough 200%. Near enough 200%, yeah. Okay. Does Toxocyst not have built-in viral? No. It's got built-in nothing. It's just impact, puncture, slash. You can get toxin per headshot. And so if you go just cold, you'd get viral. Yeah. Also, Aeodekin, cheers. So it's a choice between a headshot approach or a status overload approach. But if we go for the headshots, this is then going to bring up a huge amount of crits, and headshots love those crits even further. The status overload approach, if you're not going for the headshots, you're missing out on damage anyway. So I'm saying, after all the thousands of hours and years of playing Warframe, got Bite for the first time just now. Nice, well done. I think I've sold a few of those mods, but I think I got them through Transmutation. So that helps. Transmutation is great, by the way. If you've got 1,000,000 credits spare and you've got some gold mods lying around, transmutation, absolutely go for it. The number of mods it unlocks is great. Okay, the question is, how do I want to build the rest of this? I'm quibbling over these two details here, which would lead into the choice of what modding to use there. And then there's also the matter of this final slot, what I want to put onto that one as well. I could go for heated charge, but yeah. If you can get over 300% crit chance, would it be worth going higher? How do you mean, Ductile? How do you mean? I don't know that I actually understand your question fully to answer you. Zob say, I use shot and deadhead, but I hate scope, and I'm doing a damage of time build anyway. I mean, that's fair enough. Galvanized shot without a load of procs is not going to do a lot, though. It's not going to do a lot. Because you gain plus 72% damage bonus per proc. And you have to ask yourself how many procs you're actually getting. Because if I go without Encumber here... Yeah. These remaining enemies should be fine for testing. If I go without Encumber here... Spam that down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's on... Yeah. We get the 4 different procs very easily. Near enough easily. So that's going to be... What's that? 72, 144, 288%? Well, that's not terrible. But that's additive to Deadhead. I wonder if we can do better things than that. And that's only once you've got those procs pouring out on them. I don't know. Ductile saying, if you can get over 300% crit chance, would it be worth going higher? What's worth? You're not defining worth. If you get over 300% crit chance on a weapon, would it be worth going higher? Would it be less effective to go higher? Again, you're not defining worth. Ductile. I'm just going to have to explain the math. Look, Ductile. Let's grab ourselves a new canvas here. Let's grab ourselves a new canvas. Whatever your crit multiplier is, okay? So, like, on this weapon I can see right now, 4.2. Your crit damage is 1 less than that. That's your, oh, sorry, your crit bonus. So that equals your crit bonus. For every crit tier, each crit tier gives you the crit bonus. So yellow, you get 1 crit bonus. Orange, 2 crit bonuses. Oops. Red crit starts at 3 crit bonuses and keeps going from there. Because you can hit beyond a red crit. It stays at red colour, there is no further colours for it to go through. But if you have a 301% or higher crit chance, then you have that 1% or higher chance of getting into a 4th tier crit. And then a 5th tier, and then 6th tier, and 7th tier, and 8th tier, 9th tier. As many tiers as you need. I think with the Magnus Prime, you can hit something like well over tier 20 crits. So, is it worth it? Is going to depend on what is your alternative. Because you could just keep stacking this crit bonus, what are you not doing to get that crit bonus? What are you missing out on? And then, only then, when you see what one option is and what the other option is, can you compare and contrast and see which one's better. Asking if it's worth it is only half the question. You haven't got the other half of your question. It's like saying, which is better? Cats? Cats or what? Cats or what? You need to finish the question, then the answer should be clear. Bob was saying, do I need to play Lone Story to unlock Steel Path Circuit? Yes. You need to do Lone Story on normal mode at least once, and then you'll have, to tick that off, that'll get your progress towards opening up Steel Path. Absolutely. The answer is always cats? Not always. Pretty Queen, just as a general point to anyone and everyone, if there's something you don't want talked about, don't talk about it. Don't hint about talking about it. Good idea. If there's something you don't want talked about, don't talk about it. Literally. Mr. Lords, I love your videos. They've helped out a lot. Thank you. I'm glad they've really helped you out. Welcome into the stream as well. Hope I can help you just as much over here. Alright. So Galvanized Shot can give us an additive roughly 200 and what did I say in the end? 280% bonus? Yeah, roughly 280%. Because we're going to be pouring out status procs if we're using a 4 status approach. If I went Rad Toxin to using Rad and then a Toxin and 8, I could get that to 5 status effects, which would bring that up to 360? Yeah, 360 additive. Which would be matching the Deadhead Arcane. That would be quite effective there, yeah. Whereas if I go for a corrosive approach, it would be pure corrosive. If I go viral, it would be pure viral. Viral, however, does also give us, you know, the whole viral aspect. I could also go Rad Cold, which turn into Rad Viral. Question is, do I want to go Rad Cold? Exactly, Seth. Yeah, exactly. Grimson said, I've done everything including Lone Story and Devere Experience with the circuit, and my Steel Path is still locked. Grimson, have you completed Angels of the Zaraman quest? Have you completed Angels of the Zaraman? Okay. Alright, so you've completed Angels of Zaraman, so you have got all nodes unlocked and available to you. You've done Lone Story, Devere Experience, and you've done the circuit on normal mode as well. If you've done all of that, all 3 of those on normal mode, and you've done every single node on the star chart, then I'm sorry to say you've been bugged. Some people are bugged. Sorry to say on that one. As I'll say, don't forget higher status chance, more procs, more damage. Yeah, more procs, more damage, there is that as well. Okay. Now obviously if you go for loads of status procs, you might want to consider an Expel build, but I'm going to go anti-faction here, or rather no faction approach here. Ribbon disposition is begging for fun. Anyway, I don't have a ribbon for it, so whatever. Let's go... I'm going to form this. Yeah, form of that. Because Lethal Torrents I'm definitely going to have on this build, so let's form of that. Let's grab a unranked cold mod, just so I have the cold. And let's strip out these 2 for radiation. Which I would love to use Prime Heat to charge for, but I don't have the modding capacity to do that, right? No, actually I do. Yeah, I can do that. There we are, that's sensible. Oh, not Scorched Jolt. So this gives me Rad Cold, and that'll turn into Rad Viral. Do I have a lower Jolt? I do not. I need to work on that. That would be nice. Think about it this way. Oops, say I've heard Punch Through adds additional ricochets on the Toxocyst. Oh yeah, I need to test that, don't I? Let's test the ricocheting. Let's test a ricochet. Yes, that is pretty consistently going over there. That's good. Okay. Let's spawn in more enemies and test in a group. So that went left. That went backwards. That went right. That went right. That went backwards, I think. Who's that hit? Yeah, it's just hitting the closest couple of them, that's fine. And it is only hitting one. So now let's try that with Punch Through. Let's try that with Punch Through. Why do I not have a ranked up Punch Through mod? Okay. Leave Simulacrum to Relay. Let's level up that mod and then get back to testing on that. Let's get back to testing on that. So, equipment, mods. Yeah, current chain, it bounces from one enemy to another without headshotting. So it was Punch Through on secondary. Here we go. Not going to use one of my 2 legendary cores. Nope. Okie dokie. So just check the Punch Through is working. Yep, definitely going through there. And it's getting all the way to the back of the line. Excellent. So we got a lot of Punch Through here. So if I shoot you, so I have all of them in view nicely. Bounce to 1. 1. Okay. So it looks like if I hit 1, it'll only bounce to 1, even with that Punch Through. But now if I hit multiple of them, let's see what happens. If I line up this shot. Yeah, I'm definitely hitting more than one at once there. Okay. So basically, if I hit one enemy, it'll ricochet to one enemy, regardless of Punch Through. But for each additional enemy hit, the shot can bounce to another enemy as well. It's hits which ricochet, not bullets. Okay, that's good. Punch Through doesn't ruin the ricochet, doesn't do any magic with it, it does mean, however, you can get more out of it. So you can, I suppose, get some kind of explosive increase there. It's a multiplier. Cool. The only shame is, Punch Through is quite the mod choice, isn't it? Well, that's all you get for secondaries. I know there's the perk you can pick up, but the cost of the crit's not worth it. Not worth it, the cost of crits there. So, that's a tough choice. Especially as it's a dash polarity as well, so it kind of gets in the way of things overall. Not sure how sold on the Punch Through there I am. Not sure how sold I am. Okay. Sanjay say, just watched your video on Relic Refining. Top-notch info. Thank you, sir. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Best got from Riven? Oh yeah, if you get Punch Through on a Riven alongside other good stats, then that's a freebie, yeah. Rivens are very good at allowing you to have stats that you can't otherwise fit into a build. Like, for example, getting viral without having to use up multiple mod slots, that kind of thing. Rivens are great for that. But that requires getting a Riven and then rolling it to where you need it to be, which is an ordeal in itself. Lots of RNG in that. I don't like the amount of RNG in Rivens, to be quite honest. I don't like goals that you can't work towards. This one, there's another Punch Through mod. Yeah, I know that primaries have a bunch, but secondaries not anywhere near as much. Nowhere near as much. Right. Is there anything I'm missing on the Dual Toxocyst in terms of having any of the mods for itself? Because I don't own every mod. Let me just check here on the little wikio. Nope, doesn't tell me about any particular mod there. Alright, cool. That's fine. Not missing anything there. Alright, Predator Queen, take care. So, when you armor strip an enemy, is it better to use a Bane mod or flat damage mod at higher levels? That's an incomplete question, Ductile. That is an incomplete question, because you're talking about armor stripping as if Bane mod or flat damage mod matters to that, but it doesn't. What you need to do is consider the weapon you are using, consider the approach you are using, Is the Bane mod going to give you more damage against them, or is the flat damage mod going to give you more damage against them? You have an incomplete question there. Sadaf asking, which weapons does Galvanized Aptitude work multiplicative with? Wiki doesn't say which ones. Usually projectile weapons. So weapons where the shot takes time to go from you to the enemy. But not always. Test it on a weapon by weapon basis. And yes, that is a horrible answer, but that's the reality of it. That is the reality of it. DE have made it inconsistent. And the only way to know is to test it. Which sucks. Or find someone else who's tested it for you. It's a thing. Alright. Let's give this a whirl. See how this feels. See how this feels. So, if we, first of all, going to do a 5 Butcher, and then all Exo Gokstad's approach. Neither of these are weak to radiation, so I'm not going to get that benefit. This is going for the radiation viral approach. Let's get a couple stacks. Now that's doing a bit of damage. I can confidently say that's doing a bit of damage. It's not an amazing one-shot or anything. And it is not, whilst not exactly single target, it's not exactly super multi-target. But it is getting work done. I still don't like how much zoom these have. For a weapon with that amount of spread, this amount of zoom seems needless. Like, that amount of spread I could see just fine here. I don't need to zoom in for that. Especially when the crosshair doesn't even match the accuracy. Look how wide that is. And if I'm zoomed out, how wide is it then? Good lord. Look how wide that is when you hip fire. Ugh. That is a lot of spread. Yeah, the spread is certainly an off-putting detail, not gonna lie. If I'm gonna have a single target weapon, at least have it be accurate. On equip, minus some amount of spread, but it's only for 8 seconds. Minus while sliding, no. Can I just get accuracy? That's a negative. On hit, plus 30%, not enough. Yeah, actually only 16. Ugh. I'm not really a fan of that. I'll be quite honest with you, not a fan. I mean, granted, the Lex claims to have a 16 accuracy as well, but it's so slow that you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, look at this. Latum, Lex, Magnus all claiming to have 16 accuracy as well. Come off it. Come off it. No. I don't know that I'm vibing so far with this one. Don't know that I'm vibing so far with it. Just get Riven for minus zoom. Oh yeah, so I'm getting the Riven with plus punch stream, minus zoom, and plus multi-shot because multi-shot is goated. Like, just get a Riven. Like, it's so easy. Like, it's so cheap. Just get a Riven. I'll say I just spray towards the head level and it works. Yeah, it's just... when you're losing so much of the potential output on it, it's a bit off-putting, not gonna lie. Now, we don't need to aim to get any of these bonuses here, but we do lose a lot of that accuracy. I do lose a lot of that. Let's give it a whirl in a mission. Let's give it a whirl in a mission with what we got here. I'm going to switch up the Muzak whilst we're at this. There we are. You got a tool Toxocyst Riven the other day, but got rid of it. Please tell me you didn't just destroy it. Wicked Radiation, please tell me you didn't just destroy that Riven without looking into it at all. Something tells me that's what you did. My zoom would be positive here? It would be, yeah. It would be. Do I have a good bolt or build? Not as yet, no. Haven't focused on that too much. Alright, standard testing arena. Draco Ceres, let's see how well we handle. You transmuted your dual Toxocyst Riven. Well, fair enough. It's done. Don't dwell on it.
Your weapons make music.
For your sanity, don't dwell on it.
Calls for a song.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Here we go, and... Now I'm starting to think I shouldn't test against Steel Path Exogoxstad officers. They might be giving me a unfair assessment of a weapon. Yeah, maybe, just maybe, I can ignore that. And like, if it shreds them, even moderately, maybe I got something good. Still getting used to how strong that bonus is on those guys. Or gals, I suppose. Like, I don't even need the fire rate here. I could just tippity-tappity-tip. Tip. That's just a headshot kill. That's a little bit ridiculous. I'm not even... I'm using radiation. Radiation does cleave through these guys pretty easily. Let's make sure we keep up our kill count then. Wait for strong units to arrive. There's an Xmas. Oh, well, there was. Okay. Okay. Alright, this is, I mean, this is getting a bit of work done. Does Viral do more versus them? Viral has a bonus against health, but Radiation has not only a bonus against their armor, and a stronger bonus, if I recall correctly, but also has a reduction of their armor on the damage. But I've got Viral and Radiation, so that just increases it. Yeah, this is just a little bit ridiculous. This is well more effective than it felt like in the simulacrum there. Well more effective. Now granted these guys are only like level 112, and they just test even higher. But this is a benchmark arena for testing for me. And we see that life support is not even remotely struggling. Not even close. If they'd look at me, it'd be easier to get the headshots. Yeah, I'd say that's working pretty well. I'd say that's working pretty well, actually. Again, I've got the issue of I can't really see too well. But hey, at least that's not detrimenting my ability to shoot. I can just kind of spray in their general direction. Most of them just keel over quickly. There we go. And of course the radiation effect as well, making it where they're turning on each other, reducing the damage I'm in. I've got info here. A useful side effect for tanking purposes. Yeah. This doesn't need the secondary encumber approach then. We can enjoy the full deadhead bonus. And it is not hard to keep deadhead active, by the looks of this. Not hard at all. Which also means we have that power against status immune enemies. Which is a positive. Clean rooms like it's nothing? Yeah, pretty much. Oh, hey, we got violence on the approach. We got violence on the approach. Now, I'm radiation. He's weak to corrosive, not radiation. So this could be interesting. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. That did not end well for violence. Violence was not ready for violence. Clap. And we're charged. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Life support beginning to dwindle a little bit. Maybe I need to actually try to kill some things.
When you are ready, go to extraction.
I mean, I think we're good. I think this weapon kind of has it down a bit. Yeah. Give me your headshots, thank you. I am liking the lack of recoil with that perk. Like, I don't think I would want to use this without the recoil reduction. Because it's so nice. So nice not having to deal with that bounciness that you could have otherwise. Because I've got a combination of both the recoil reduction from new perk and from Deadhead. There we go, fully charged. You'll notice ferrite armoured enemies like that Butcher Xmas there don't fall over quite so easily to this radiation approach. Elite Lancers, which make up the bulk of the Grenadier forces. Yeah, shredded. Shredded. Very, very effective. Sit. Still. Thank you. I'm supposed to build this weapon? Yeah. Let me just stab this guy. I think I'm done with the general demonstration here. Let's kill our way out. Stab this guy in the arse as well. Yeah, I've managed to get the life support all the way back up to 100%. This gun is solid. To be able to maintain life support at 100% on this mission is a very solid weapon. Absolutely. Yeah, switching to this weapon with no recoil, if you've been using it with recoil, I can see that being jarring. It will feel like there's a lack of feedback and the shots aren't happening properly. But not having it for a weapon that wants to be targeted? Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Right, yeah, I'm satisfied with this. I'm gonna leave. I don't need to play out this one any longer. I've seen what it is capable of. Now the question is, do I want to optimize it further? Does it need to go further? Captain Jack asking, is my Lavos build video up to date with how I currently run it? Posted 2 years ago. If it is the one with the augment, yes. If you look at the original Lavos guide, there should be a pinned comment pointing you to the augment video when Swiftbite came out, and the Swiftbite build is the one I'm still using to this day because it works, as demonstrated right here. I'm still alive. That man just popped his arson way too early. Not effective. I have collected 1,500 resources.
Good dance on.
Daily achievement. Oh, I should have gone longer. Why'd I do that? I forgot I was leveling it. Oh, I could have leveled it. It would have taken me like a minute longer. Ah, it's dumb of me. you're wondering why I'm closing your message there, it's because I've not asked for in-game messages. There is a Twitch chat. Doing it in-game like that is actually a little bit rude. Everyone else is typing in Twitch chat. Alright. Tezzrex say 1 round ESO. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Or I can go Wukong. Yeah. You might be thinking, Ken, why are you going Wukong? You're leveling a weapon. I am leveling a weapon. I'm going to do a spy mission. Because there are more ways to level weapons than just ESO. As much as I have also leveled this weapon on ESO today.
Get inside enemy data vaults and retrieve crucial intelligence data.
Oops, this away. This just mixes up a bit, which is part of how you have fun in this game and avoid burnout. There we are, drop ourselves in here. That way I don't have to worry about being accidentally spotted by the regulator outside. Oh dear. Oh dear. Come on, there we are. I have not too long ago adjusted my powers on to no longer include the extra hacking time, which makes those grenade ones faster than I am currently used to. My muscle memory isn't quite there. So I'll just scoot past both of those, head around here. One single cloud walk all the way past them. Oops. Oh, come on. There we are. Paid attention. Oops. Turned too early. A little bit hard to see with Cloud Walker at times when I'm not paying full attention, but it's fine. Skedaddle our way down to Vault C. Now I know this is probably slower than just going through ESO for a round. It's more rewarding. And I don't mean literally, I mean the fun of it. Oops, missed that one. Almost. That'll do. There we are. Dual Toxocyst leveled up to max rank. Beautiful. Why not use Perspicacity? Because I like playing spy missions. And a core part of that is having those hacking puzzles along the way. Keeps the mind a little more active. Just a little more active. I managed to somehow get 2 power throws. Wow. That's... Is that both B and C rotation? Hold on. Spy rewards. Spy rewards on Sedna. A power throw can be A rotation. The Miso Relic is only B. So I got A, power throw, B, Miso Relic, C, power throw. Wow, okay. Alright. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. I will just take that, I guess. The only thing you can get from B rotation is in fact a relic, so yeah, there we are. Power throw has a 14.29% chance on A, it's a 1 in 7, and then 7.04% chance on C, which is, well, like, not quite 1 in 14. So to get the two together like that is roughly... What's that, like 1 in 100? Wait, 1429 multiplied by 0.0704. Hey, look at that! Almost exactly 1%. Ha! Napkin math for the win. Napkin math for the win. It comes out to 1.006% chance of that happening. I said about 1%. Beautiful. Beautiful. How much duration has this Wukong got? A lot. A lot. I have 328% duration. 328%, which is just a little bit, I think. Just a little bit. So yeah, there we go. I do have the Archon shards for ability duration because I can. Why not? Why not? Well, it drops Warframe right now. As Pipka's just done the command for you can have a look at all the what's said there. Those are the drops, and a link to see the drops for next week too. Is there a way to start the cloud effects in Cloudwalker? If there is, I don't know it. It's pure and simple, really. I don't know it. Okay, let's think. Is there anything else I could do with this alternatively, aside from just forming and getting Frostbite to max here, which could be nice to get the the full viral out, because at the moment it's massively, massively weighted to that radiation. So that's a no-go. That's a no-go. Nope. As much as we could use that, the way I was handling the crowds there, I don't think this is even worth the slot. Oh no. How come full rank stays the same mod capacity? I'm mastery rank 32, so when I form an item, this doesn't go down. Whenever you form an item or you have a brand new item, your capacity is always equal to your mastery rank or the max that the item can go to until you leveled it past that point. But in my case, I'm already at 30, so it's always at 60, because I've also got the Arcane Catalyst in there, doubling the capacity too. Can I show a good Atmos building, Incarnon? I cannot show you that, as I've not done that as yet, sorry, no. Right, people can say I put minus spread to Exilus slot. It says minus recoil. In fact, yeah, we get... That matches the polarity. Oh. I completely forgot that that existed. Well, yeah, seeing as ammo marksman does nothing for us, we don't care about the ammo mutation. Suppression is available, but that's also on the dash, we don't really actually care. Yeah, actually, I could just do that. And that would then free me up to switch this over to the reload one. Ah, okay. Okay, I like that, I like that. We'll go Reflex Draw. Not a fan of Reflex Draw, or is it? Because that one's only on equip for a duration. Yeah, I like this one. That one just, it's on. Did I already test Galvanized Crosshairs? I did, all consideration. A lot of the shots aren't headshots, but we're getting plenty of headshots as well. We can use it. The main thing here is that I've gone for this to get us multiple... What's it? Yeah, multiple extra procs in. Question is, do I want that? Do I want a rad viral approach, or would I be better off with the crosshairs approach? Well, the other thing is I don't like aiming. It's got a lot of zoom on it. Yeah. Okay. If this wasn't on aiming, it would be so much nicer. But that would be overpowered as well. Yeah, I think I'll stick with this as a generalized approach. And for people who are happy to aim, I would instead suggest going for viral modding. So you keep your viral bonus and then have the crosshairs in that final slot. I think that's probably going to be it for this weapon. Because yeah, everything else at this point is kind of needless. Everything else is needless in here. Cool. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Does Fisher buff work for Incarnon ammo? No, no ammo efficiency works for Incarnon ammo whatsoever, to my knowledge. Nothing. Ammo efficiency isn't a thing for Incarnon ammo, it's my understanding. Right, so if I am definitely satisfied with this approach and definitely keeping the galvanized shots, I might as well put a former on this one. That'll give me 6. This is going to take up 5. So I won't be able to rank up Frostbite even then. It'll take 2 former to do that. Ah, it's a shame. Not even energized munitions? Did I stutter? No. Yeah, let's do that. Depolarity, I'm invested. Let's go. Pop it on there. grab this. I don't care it's 20 plat. I don't care I'm barely going to use the weapon. I'm doing it anyway. Steady hands, in you go. And then, do I have a 1-pip frostbite? I don't. I just have these frostbites as is. So if I wanted to upgrade that, and I should really, I'm going to need another former on this. I'm going to need another former. Let's do it. Might as well. In for a penny, in for a pound. Let's finish this thing. Let's finish this thing. I'm going to go grab a rhino, but I'm not going to go to ESO this time because I'm fed up of facing them. Bloomin' infested. I'm done with them. I really am. Headshot weaponry versus infested. Just please no. So I'm going to go to normal SO and see what happens. Idle say, as temporary things waited to viral, you could swap Creeping Bullseye and Heated Charge, replace Heated Charge with Scorch. I could do that. I could just do normal Heated Charge and then fit it in. I might as well just get the extra former. I've got former. Does ammo efficiency work on the foreman? Yes. Yes, it does. But, man, after dealing with those Steel Path enemies, level 20 feels like cheating. Ooh, well. God, that aim is so much. A gun like this does not need this much aim. How is a secondary acting like a sniper with this amount of zoom? It's insane. Who signed up for that? A minus zoom ribbon is actually a recommendation here. Core recommendation. You don't need this amount. Hello there, Duster. How you doing? Right. We got people who've got abilities here. Revenant, Vauban, and Aros. Okay then. Maybe this was also not the way to get it leveled. As much as I hate the infested, this might also not have been the play. How much worse would it be with a plus zoom ribbon? Oh god. I'll let someone else find that out. That is an exercise for the reader. Or viewer in this case. If you want to find out what it's like having a plus zoom ribbon on this weapon, you go right ahead. I am not going to do that. I wasn't even aiming for you. Yeah, idiot. Hello, Choc. Dual-wielded snipers? Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? Like, the amount of zoom on this. If it weren't for the fact that it becomes stupidly automatic, it's like... It's like someone wanted a rifle, a sniper rifle, but also wanted an automatic rifle, and they couldn't really figure out how they're going to go about it, so they just did both. And this is what we ended up with. Stand up. I'm gonna stomp. Because stomp fun. Later with plus zoom. Plus zoom is just usually not something you ever need. Let's be real now. You don't need plus zoom. If the enemy is so far away you need to zoom, just get closer. Just get closer. Or maybe you're doing that one challenge that needs a sniper rifle. I'm getting so little XP here, I'm actually going to not continue. I'm getting so little XP, I'm not going to stick with this one. Oh, okay, Tuss. Oh, okay, Choc, alright.
Hurry, Hunter. The conduit is closing fast.
Ah. Yeah, that is massive overkill right there. I missed.
Hunter, the sanctuary will go on without you.
No, I'm happy not knowing how much zoom I could theoretically get homage. That sounds like a problem that I don't need to deal with. Is it Yuri's Rhino hunched? Maybe. Could just be the way he's standing, but maybe. Right. Let's try this again. I'm just gonna brave the ESO again. Sod it. Come on, game. Matchmake me into round 2. Matchmake me into round 2, please. Praying for the round 2. Skip the infested. Round 2. Damn it.
This is a stress test. Destroy all specimens as quickly as
My prayers go unanswered. However, Sarin, Vorb and Sarin. Okay. I'm only going to need the infested round. Yeah, this will do the trick. Let me just give them a raw buff as well. One of the Sarins didn't get it. Sucks to be them. We got Vorb scooping him up and then Natterocking. Yep. I'm going to be leveled in no time. Hello, Engie. Who's Engie? Who's Engie? Can't possibly be referring to me, chat. I'm not Engie. I'm the Kengineer. Very different name. They mustn't be referring to me. Left in a Toxocyst damage discussion. What do we conclude? Dead head, galvanized shot. I'm just going to say hi. I don't know if they're referring to me or not, but I'm just going to say hi. And raw buff. Your YouTube work is great. Okay, now we know for a certain they are actually referring to me. Now we know for certain. Unless there's someone here, it's either Rix or Alkia, who is also known as an NG and does YouTube stuff. Probably not. Should have said, hey, Keg. Oh, goodness gracious. Not that again. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nope. Put my foot down there. Damn, why were there enemies left alive? Wobble, what are you doing? If I've got time to shoot them, you got time to shoot them, bro. There we go. Also, where is that magnetic thing? Why is it still targeting me? So, it's the Kengineer or Ken. Come on now. It's not hard. Alright, have I leveled? I have. GG. Cheers, they're so kind to say hi. I'll GG out. I got my XP. I don't need to go any more rounds. Near? No. Just no. TK, that's passable. That is the letters on the logo. That's passable. Engine? No. Do I look like a goddamn train to you? Goodness gracious. Oh, I see what's happening now. I see what's happening. We hit exactly 666 viewers, and out come the cursed names. Right. I see what happened. The devil has been summoned into chat right now. That's what's corrupting you all. And now we have dropped down to 650. Much better. There we are. We are once again free from it all. And drop squad. Bye, random. Stack for XP. Dual Toxocyst. One final former. The final bit to finish off this build, to make it as powerful as I dare make it. Creeping Bullseye, we're definitely going to keep on. Might as well make the dash polarity there. And Frostbite is maxed. 129% status. A small amount of cold, but it combines with the toxin when we headshot to make viral, and done. All done. I think this is a build I can be satisfied with. We don't need to make any variations on this. The variation, if you do want to vary it, is that you can swap in galvanized crosshairs onto here. Obviously, you'll need another V polarity former there, and then turn these two into a viral modding. Actually, would you need a mod for that? If I were to go that off, this on... Oh, it's one short. Are you kidding me? One. Wait, hang on. There it is. Thought it through. So this is if you want to aim. And then the rest is if you don't. So let's copy this onto config B, so I have it there. Let's I don't know what I'm doing. I can just do this here. So no aim and aim. There we go. Back out and in, so it doesn't break anything, just because it does that. Link this in the chat. Hey clan, look, build. Now let's apply these mods to the aim one. Override. Beautiful. And then switch this around. Radiation using prime heater charge. Jolt. Grab our cold. And done. It's a build. Don't need that. Yeah, definitely don't need that because it doesn't affect the Incarnon. If it did affect the Incarnon, it would be a choice, but it doesn't, so we won't. Out of curiosity, are you an actual engineer? No, I am not. I'm a engineer, and I know they sound similar. And you might go, but come on, surely, why would you pick a name like engineer if you're not actually an engineer? I don't want people to get confused about it, and that's a valid criticism. But I'm not actually an engineer. No, never have been. I'm a engineer. In fact, I am the engineer. On Idle will say, on PS4, we get a countdown to confirm and have to type override. It's annoying as F. Oh, damn. Okay. Right, Ken Grenier. I think I shot that guy. Probably. Either that or Ken Grenier is what I am when I am playing the Carl missions. That's Ken Grenier. There we go. That is sorted. So we got aiming build and we got no aiming build. They're very, very similar. It just comes down to the inclusion of crosshairs or no crosshairs. I am going to swap those around just so diffusion stays on the same spot, because otherwise it's confusing. But yeah, no aim. We can afford to go rad viral using the cold and then the toxin that builds in. With the aim, because we're adding on a mod, we just go pure viral because viral is overpoweredly good. Yes. What is the axe of engineering? To solve practical problems. I literally tell you this in every single, almost every single video. Come on, John. We've been over this. I'm the engineer. Let's solve a practical problem. It's kind of right down the nose there. What did I work as before Twitch and YouTube? Prior to doing content creation, I used to work in both retail and in a call center. Yeah, that's where I was before. Maybe the call center bit is what gave me the practice in being a good communicator through a microphone. Maybe that's that. Maybe retail gave me the expectation of sheer idiocy that you find in YouTube comments. Who's to say? Maybe they prepared me for it in that sense. That's what I'm going to go with. That's what I'm going to go with. Right. Dual Toxocyst complete. The only thing I haven't done with it is fashion it. Let's see. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. That genuinely doesn't look too bad. I'm going to take the energy and I'm going to make it black, though. Because we don't need the visual noise from that. There we are. Where did the math come from? Me. You know you can just learn math, right? It's a thing you can do. Granted, I had help with that, you know, learning through school and whatnot, but yeah. All of the math came from school, and what I didn't learn at school, I either learned myself or learned from my dad. That's pretty much it. Alright, Moon, take care. Have a good one. Oh, righty. I don't like those pink spots. I've been looking at them, kept looking back at chat and back at them. I don't like them. Let's make them blue. I want that blue. That blue. No, it needs to be deeper. Needs to be deeper. Too deep. Dang it. That works. Yeah, there we go. Was born with math automatically injected into my brain? Psh, no. School's teaching stuff that isn't useless filler? What is that magic? I mean, granted, I did go to a good school. Though there was definitely that positive for me. It was not some rundown ass backward place. But yeah, schools should generally teach mathematics. Obviously, statistics is a little bit more niche. That was definitely my niche. But yeah. We just need 100 more people to be number one. Oh, we're so close, Esprit. So close. I love that you're tracking that more than I am. I love it. Tiger Boy AFK say, hello, hope you're having a good day. I am indeed. We just finished investigating about the JUL Toxocyst. Oh, I need to switch this over though. Can't forget that. Let's go do that. I'm saying, going into biology, so school worked out well for me. Yeah, fair do. The point with school isn't to teach you everything in every topic, it's just to teach you enough to get you interested and to carry you through identifying and understanding the basics of other areas, to have a bit of perspective. What sounds better, Tiger Boy or Locky Bok? Tiger Boy. Yeah, Tiger Boy. At the risk of being offensive, Locky Box sounds kind of like the kind of thing I'd expect a half human, half chicken character to say.
Got time for goods are on the table. Let's talk.
Which,
Feeling creative?
if that's what you're going for, cool. Somehow I doubt it. Alright, yeah, I don't need the passive reload, so increase reload speed. Now it says odd reload from empty. We know from the other Incarnons that's just not true. So we got that. These are the perks, yeah, again, the plus toxin on headshot we really don't need. The weapon already has plus toxin on headshot, so this is not really that much of a bonus. To say that we got 20% crit chance going around, yeah. On the punch through, we really don't need that. The crits are well worth it. And of these two, now this is where it can be interesting. You've got plus direct damage per status type versus plus multi-shot. The thing is this... Oh, it's on ability gas. Yeah, I don't use a lot of abilities, do I? Interesting. It's there. It's only 20 abilities, that's easy enough to get. But the thing is, this is offering you that. With the multi-shots, that can get quite high quite quick. If you're focused on remembering to cast it, you can easily get there. Whereas this one, slightly higher plus damage, but that's not going to benefit the plus direct damage per status type. Plus direct damage per status type, plus 33%, but from the shot, we're already getting 120%, so that's only slightly over a quarter benefit on top of that mod there. Which is not really a lot. Like when we said that the per status proc plus on the mod, we're getting about 72% per proc, this one then is going to be... It's 18... Around about maybe like 18 to 20% additive per proc. Which is not a lot. Really not a lot. So yeah, this one's just superior, really. Unless you're not using abilities at all. If you're playing an Aros, you might as well pick up this one. If you're not playing an Aros, you might as well pick up that one. Pure and simple. Pure and simple. As we say, we'll say though, the top Warframe streamer is a goth girl. If your work cut out for you to be number one. Ah, right. Okay. Let's see. How can I stand out against a goth girl? Nah, I got nothing. Number two will just have to be me. Number two will just have to be me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring it to life.
It's fine. Hey, it's a funny YouTube guy? Where? Who? You can't be meaning me. I do numbers. There's nothing funny about numbers. Right. Let's leave out the Chrysalid. We're all done on the Toxocyst. We don't really have time to properly go over the Torid, but we can at least get the levels and start having a look at it. No cap on Carnage Rain? Well, no cap on it, but it's just got the 33% per status effect, which is just not going to be enough. Because it's going to be per unique status. Like all the others, so it's just not enough. Out of your headphones? What is this thing that's recently started? It is recent. It's only been like the last week or so of insistence on me having cat ears. What? What makes you think I want to be a Catboy streamer? Where has this come from? Yeah, I'll need to go touch grass or something. I'm starting to get that impression. Torid! Grabbed. How long will I stream for? I will be streaming for another 40 minutes. I stream until 10 o'clock UK time. Roughly. I tend to go over a little bit, but roughly. I have a cat. Cat refuses to be on cat cams. Kitty cat is close enough. No. Alright, let's throw an upgrade straight into this. Might as well put one upgrade on there as well, because hey, Torid, blah blah blah. No polarities. Not a good start. Not a good start. So I can slap this on. I can... Might as well slap that on once it's lowly modded. Let's see what these crits doing. Oh dear. Well, let's grab the Incarnon adapter and then think about what I'm doing with it. Yes, Esprit, I am. Grass headphones, you can touch grass right in gameplay stream. Look, no. It's not safe to touch grass and play Warframe at the same time. You have to do them independently. Literally, my most recent video showed you what happens when you touch grass while playing Warframe. It doesn't end well, okay? I've covered this. And if you have no idea what I'm on about, shame on you, because I put a lot of work into that.
Let's make this place buy stuff. Okay. What do you
Evolve. Right then. Torid, Incarnon ready. Yep, got it all. Yep, got it all. Yep, got it all. I was actually really close on that, but got it all. Easy. Easy, easy. Can I show us a tutorial on touching grass? Please help. I'm stuck on this one. If you don't know how to touch grass, may the void have mercy on your soul. Alright, solo mission with Torid. Let's get that going. Let's have a look. That plus damage, plus 51, and plus multi-shot on last shot in magazine. Ugh. Or plus 31, multi-shot consumes ammo directly from capacity. Alright, both of those are actually pretty crappy. I will stick with the final Fusillade one, because burning up your Incarnon charge that much faster is just horrible. I still hate that perk, Plentiful Mayhem, so much. It's just so wrong.
Okay.
So, yeah, not doing that.
Okay. Later.
Not doing that. Malice, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Alright, so, Torid, now that we actually see the Incarnon stats, let's have a look at the stats here. Ooh, those do look nice. I do like the look of those. Alright then. Crits! Do I want a crit delay? Yeah, crit delay. Vital Sense. And I need some kind of element, I guess. Let's go cold. And a little bit of Merciless. Right, might as well level them up together. Might as well. Tony says, well, please this time, Warframe, please. No, don't stop. No, I don't want it brand new. No, not a new squad. I'm gonna give it a moment. I want to be put straight into round 2. I don't want to be dealing with any more infested, please. Fine. Any advice on farming platinum? Yes. Find something that you enjoy that produces things that other people want. Simply that. So if you like opening up relics, do that. Sell the prime parts. If you like... It's been a while since I've used this weapon, so bear with. If you like doing spy missions, you can do that. If you like taking down the Eidolons, you can do that. Find what you enjoy doing and use that to farm platinum. Because if you don't enjoy it, you're not farming platinum, you are just making sure that you'll get bored of the game and quit forever. It's gotta be something you enjoy or you will burn out. But yeah, there's loads of options out there. At some point I might go over like, I might do a 10 ways to farm platinum video. I might do that at some point. Just a kind of a summary. How did I found mine? Basically, I gathered stuff and then I sold it. And I know that sounds ridiculously unhelpful and unspecific, but that's because it was unspecific. So I will sell mods from Syndicate offerings, I will sell Nightwave mods, I will sell Prime parts from opening up relics, I will sell mods that I've got from Transmutation, I will sell Arcanes I picked up here or there that I don't need duplicates of. I've sold Ribbons here or there. Just get stuff, sell stuff. Did I do a plat video already? I didn't do a plat video already, not directly, no. Ooh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. That's looking a bit fantastic. We're gonna need to get to the next round at least and see what's happening here. The Sarins are doing some reasonable work. Oh, I did not mean to roll there. My shift key is getting a little bit weak. Interesting. How much have I spent on Warframe so far? Well, in terms of real money or in terms of platinum? Depends on which spend you're asking there. Grimsayer, I noticed you can buy prime parts, sell the full set, make around some plats with 5 trades. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. A little bit of arbitrage. Buy low, sell high, or buy cheap, combine to set, sell. That works. Absolutely. Find selling veiled ribbons works. Yeah, you can do that as well. I've sold both veiled and unveiled ribbons in the past. Prime junk. Yeah, you could do prime junk for bulk selling, or you could do bulk buying. You could be the person buying the prime junk, turning it into ducats, use those ducats to get barricatier items. With those barricatier items, you then hold on to them, wait for the price to go up, and make extra plat that way. So that's an investment strategy. And it's a reasonably sound investment. As long as you don't hold too long, that is the risk. But it is reasonably sound as a strategy. Because once items have gone from Barrow, the prices will just go up until they come back again. That's just a fact. How quickly they go up, now that depends on the item itself and how metas change. That's where the real profit is knowing that. Rodica saying, usually hold Warframe sets until they go up to around 100 plat. Fair do. Fair do. I'll be honest, I'm a relatively impatient trader. I don't do holding on to things long term intentionally. If I've got something that I can sell and I want some platinum or want to do some trading, I just list all my stuff and then I trade. I don't care what the price is, might be in 30 or 60 days time. I'm not here for that. I'm a trader's best friend in that sense, because whatever the going rate is that day, that's what I'm selling at. I then spend more time, rather than trying to figure out market trends and optimizing this or that, I instead spend my time playing the game because I find that more fun. If you enjoy trading more, if you enjoy looking into market trends and figure out what's going to be more or less valuable, then, well, you enjoy it and it makes platinum. Do it. Absolutely. Telecom Relay does reduce the price of our items. There is that, yeah. Availability increases supply and reduces the price. That's basic economics. Economics 101. That's not even economics 101. That's economics 1. Supply and demand. What MR am I? MR Legendary 2. AK 32. And Dual Toxocyst, not max rank, but that's fine. I can level up later. Torid is the one I'm doing. I'm done. Kraken gel to hydrate. I'm out of tea, so it is emergency water.
Hurry, Hunter. The conduit is closing fast.
Yes. Esprit, why do you bother gaining plat when it seems like you never use it? That's the thing, Esprit. I do use it. I just also gain it at about the same, if not higher rate. It looks like I'm not using it, but I am.
Hunter, the sanctuary will go on.
Just today on stream, I dropped 20 plat without thinking about it on the Excellus slot for the Toxocyst there. Yeah. What do I use plat for? So I can use it for getting the Excellus slots. If I run out of Orokin reactors or catalysts, I'll just drop it on that. I'll use it for loadout slots for testing purposes, or just have more loadouts available for demonstration purposes. So I've done that on stream from time to time. You'll notice me go, I don't know what to do with these builds. I don't know which one's for which. I need a testing build, and I'll just buy a new loadout slot. It's 10 plat. I don't care. I'll use it for getting hold of mods or arcanes I've not got around to doing. I picked up an arcane today. It was Virtuous Strikes. I realised, oh, I don't actually have that one. Let me grab that one. Do I buy former bundles? I have bought former bundles in the past, absolutely, yeah. Basically, plat is just
Love your steams
hey,
and all the helpful info for builds. Thoughts on Wisp Prime?
Yo, Ghosts of 95, thank you very much for subscribing at 10 months now. You got that lovely double digits there. Then love your streams, all the helpful info for builds. Appreciate all that. Thoughts on Whisper Prime? Now that is a question, isn't it? It's going to come down to how she really looks and feels in game. Prime Warframes don't really change all that much from the base Warframe. You get a couple extra polarities, you get the interaction with Death Orbs, you get Barracutia being a little bit less snotty with you, but that's really about it. There's not a huge amount of change there. It all comes down to really the appearances, which when it comes to me, you'd think, okay, maybe you don't care that much. Some frames are an absolute glow up. If we compare here, normal Gara, Gara Prime. Normal Gara, Gara Prime. Glow up. Absolutely. Same with Chroma. Normal Chroma looks like a little bit of rusted lava just kind of glooped down the side of the frame. Chroma. My colour zones are great, but still means business. Primes are a glow up. Do I own all Prime accessories? No. Absolutely not, no. Someone asked earlier actually how much I'd spent on this game, and I didn't actually catch the follow-up question of which money. Who was it? Sadef, there it was. IRL money. Now this might surprise a lot of you. This might surprise a lot of you, and I don't know how much do you want me to share this, but tough, I'm going to share it anyway. Let me bring up, I'm going to type out how much I've spent here. Okay, let's see. So, on buying Platinum, on Prime Access, these are the bits and pieces you can spend the money on TennoCon tickets, on TennoCon? TennoCon. Let's see, what else can you get? You can get Warframe shop stuff, yeah, IRL gifts, IRL things. Let's see, what other bits and pieces can you spend this on? Regal Ire, yeah, so Regal Ire. Plat discount, that's buying Platinum. That's not, Plat discount is not something you spend money on. That's something that makes you spend less money on something else. You don't buy Plat discounts, that's not how it works. Tenodon, yep, that's another one, okay. I think that's comprehensive enough now, so just tab away across here. Another tab. Make this nice and neat. Because I can tell you outright what I've spent on these. Okay, so on buying Platinum, that would be about that much. Prime Access, yep. Yep, and yeah. Yeah. I have. Everything on here has either been gifted to me, either from other players or from DE themselves, or I have earned it in-game. The vast majority earned in-game. The vast majority has been earned in-game. How do you check the progress of drops? If you go to your profile icon, if you're on desktop, you'll be the top right of the screen usually. You should be able to click down there and you'll see the drops inventory. You'll be ticking along. Or you might need to go into your drops inventory on Twitch to see the progress. Yeah. There are a number of things which have been gifted to me. Absolutely. So if we go into my inbox here, I have been gifted various bits from the Warframe community team as part of being a creator, day one access. So for example, the Kalervo collection, they gifted me Kalervo, Router, Syandana, the helmet, the Heavy Blade skin, the Gauss collection, and one of each of the arcanes to at least start to get an idea as to what's going on there. Tenacon digital pack, some of the Tenacon special items. They gifted me Sword and Shield skin. They gifted me Cinta. How was I able to have a look at that so quickly? A couple of these scenes, not all of the scenes, but a couple of these scenes. Very nice to have those ones. And yeah, let's not use that Vistograph. No, I'm not going to use that. But they do give me a variety of items as being part of the creator team. Not creator team, creator program. But the vast majority of everything, I've just straight up at myself. The vast majority. Prime accesses, we get nothing as creators. Absolutely diddly not. So near enough all of these frames you see here, near enough all of them, with the exceptions of Citrine, Varuna, Kalervo. I think it might just be those three. Oh no, Stynax, Caliban. Yeah. Those 5 frames were gifted to me. Those 5 were gifted to me, and most of everyone here got Stynax for free as well. The rest, I've earned it. Played it through. Either gone and got them, farmed them out directly, or in case of the first time I showed both Gauss and Hildren on a video, I needed them quickly for the video, didn't want to go through the farm, so I bought them for that. Yeah. Caliban was start to the creator program. I don't think it was a start to the creator program, but I can't remember the exact timelines, Despry, to be quite honest. I can't remember. But yeah, I have played basically this entire game for free. Basically, because of trading with other people. Grabbing the platinum. A little bit of personal platinum there from the Tenocon pack that was gifted to me. So that came with some little bit of platinum in there. You're welcome. So yeah. Disco Zaddy say, hey mate, I got one of the consoles 75% off market purchase discounts. Wondering if you have a recommendation, best frame, weapon item that's hardest to farm. Well, with the circuit this week, if you've already caught it, you won't need to worry about this. I'm assuming you've already gone and done this, Disco. Because if you haven't picked up Cora through the circuit, you're missing a trick, because that's a much easier way of getting her than usual. So, if you've somehow picked a different frame there, or missed out on that, you could get Cora here. But nope, you just said you got that. Alright, cool. But yeah, another one of the Warframe farms that you want to skip might be a pickup there. Say, for example, I know a lot of people don't like doing the Citrine farm. Some people aren't happy with doing the Varuna farm. It's just not their kind of mission. Those are longer frames to get. Jaya is another long one to get, so you could look at her. Stynax is another long one to get because of the way it works with the... what do they call themselves? The Veil Breaker Syndicate, something like that. Protea is another one, because Protea is exceedingly RNG based. I actually gifted a friend of mine Protea because they will look at the farm and they're like, I don't really want to do that. I could tell they really wanted Protea, they didn't want to go through the farm. I knew that would burn them out if they got bad RNG, and they always have bad RNG. So that was another big pickup as well. For some people it's okay, for others it's not. Part of that depends on your look, part of that depends on your gear. Any of those particularly strong or fun to play? Now that is the question, isn't it? That is the question. Jaya is relatively flimsy in terms of defenses. In terms of offense, absolutely stonking. Jaya can get a lot of work done. Protea here is a wonderful frame to play. Offense and defense absolutely dialed up. And a lot of support as well. Most frames are in a good spot overall. Caliban I'm a bit on, to be quite honest with you. Caliban I'm quite on. Stynax is pretty decent. Stynax is pretty decent. You can pick up Hildren. Farming Hildren can be a pain. Certainly if you're lower tier. Zaku, again, farming can be a pain if you're lower tier. So those could be a good pickup. Aside from that, other things you can consider. If you are earlier into the game, you might not want to go through the farm for Voidrig. So getting that will allow you to get onto doing the new war quest without having to go through that grind. So if you've not done the new war and you need yourself a Necromech, you don't want to go through sorting out getting the parts of Voidrig, that could be nice for you as well. But yeah, there's loads and loads of options. It's hard to really narrow something down without knowing exactly the detail about your account. There's plenty of options to pick up though. Glad I could help you there, Disco. Glad I could help you. Right, Torid is fully ranked. Let's get the bits and pieces done here. Solo mission, cool, really easy. Really, really easy. Now, I know I said this 2.5 hours ago for another weapon, but this time it is definitely set to normal mode. I'm not going to accidentally go in to a steel path capture for this quick sprint. Oh, yes.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point.
Complete your solo mission with Torid equipped. I have, so... Oh, I almost flew straight to them. Almost flew straight to them, but not quite. One oopsie per stream is enough? I'll probably make more oopsies. I've made more oopsies already.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive.
I made the oopsie of engaging Espy with his silly jokes. That just encourages him. Even just mentioning him right there is going to encourage him to do yet more. That's an oopsie. High duration Wukong is... It feels like cheating, quite frankly. If you're new to the game and you see someone playing the game like this, it looks like I'm cheating, near enough. Like, what is that? What is that? Tetsuya looks bonkers, it looks like the game is breaking, but Wukong just looks like you are straight up just turning on no clip, near enough. Immortal, flying, invisible, and healing, and status cleansing. Yeah. Fair and balanced gameplay? It's fair, it ain't balanced. Warframe is not a balanced game. Warframe is a game designed to be cheesed. I've literally made a video on that very topic. Warframe is a game designed to be cheesed, because it is not designed to be balanced. Eating is not as common for the hack, though? Eh, I mean, you say that. You say that. But yeah, Torid, step 1 done. Right then, go to Cavallero, and then we'll find out how we need to do the next one. Torid build plus? It ain't built yet. You're asking too early, sorry. This is literally the first step to making the build happen. It's not built yet. If you want dual Toxocyst, rewind the stream. But for Torid, not there yet. Now, just a quick reminder to those of you who are subscribed, because I did mention this a couple days ago. Oh, I just tried to use my 2 and I couldn't. I did mention this over on Discord a couple days ago, but any of you may have forgotten. I'm going to be running a town hall, basically. A subscriber-only meeting, as it were, on Discord after stream to discuss that postcard option at the bottom of the channel point redemption. So if you click the blue spanner icon, if you scroll down before now, you might see after VIP there's that really expensive receiver postcard. We're going to have a talk about that, because I know some people are getting very close there, and if you want to weigh in on that one, make sure you're part of that talk after stream today. But it's just going to be for those of you who have access to Supporter T-Lounge, so if you are not a subscriber, or a supporter on Patreon, or a member on YouTube as they call it, I think it's it's member. If you're not one of those, you won't be able to join in the combo. That's the nature of supporter benefits. Right, okay. Why are we getting so many instant 69s recently? Because internet funny number. That's the entire reason. Yes, I don't like either of these, but this one I dislike less. Much less. Next, kill 100 enemies with the Incarnon form. Wow, where have I seen that before? Alrighty. Plus 9 on the magazine is kind of a big deal considering this magazine is terrible. Lingering damage field duration doubles on first shot. Okay. Or more projectile speed. I might end up going with the mag on that, but we'll see.
Feeling creative?
Why do I dislike the multi-shot one? Because it's anti-ammo efficiency. It's not loads of multi-shot, it's anti-ammo efficiency. Shana wanting us to go onto rock music list again. As SB's just put for you, do you want me to have the instrumental or vocal going? Instrumental or vocal?
Here's where it gets
Yeah, if I just show you that on the Torid there. This whole perk here, multi-shot consumes ammo directly from capacity. That affects Incarnon mode. So if you have 230% multi-shot, excuse me. Oh, you're not asking about, they're asking about this one. +3 multi-shot on last shot and magazine. Because most of the time you won't be on the last shot, so it's a really bleh perk. It has next to no difference. Most of the time it doesn't matter. Because once you go onto the Incarnon, max charge is 170, and you're going to be on Incarnon more than anything else. That's where the power is. So that's just mostly doing nothing, aside from the +51 damage. So yeah, that's a thing. You want the instrumental? Okay. You want the instrumental. Boop.
Okay. Later.
Alrighty, let's get the next challenge going. Hello, Emanol. How you doing? Let's see. So it was just use this, get kills, right? Incarnon kills. Cool. Not Wukong. Not Wukong, no. I want to be lazy. Lavos. My lazy frame, as well as my power frame. Am I playing with viewers? Not at the moment, though. Not at the moment. Also, it's Ken. Skull Broken, come on now. We've been over this. It's Ken. Or Kengineer. Not Engine, not NG. I'm not an engineer. We've been over this. Right.
You must provide cover for a lone Tenno operative. Set off the alarms and keep the infested busy.
Yeah, easy enough to do. Almost as easy as this hack. I'm the engineer from TF2, change your mind? Well, I'm not the engineer from TF2. You see, the engineer is the engineer. A Texan guy who builds some very curious structures and works for a near-immortal administrator. I, on the other hand, am a engineer. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. This isn't even finished. Oh, I do like beam weapons. I do like beam weapons. And look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's magnificent. It's what we need. Yeah. I don't actually care about the stats anymore. This might become one of my favourite weapons. And we're done? Not even a minute in? This might become my favourite weapon. Will D nerf these insane Incarnons? No idea. No idea on that. I wish I could tell you one way or the other, but I don't know if D even know if they will nerf them or not, so don't know. Alright, let's head on down. Oh, wait, whoa, Ken. There we go. Do it right. Ah. There's a reason Torid ribbons go for a lot. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm seeing that. Do I play on GeForce now? No. Hello, B137X. I'm just going to call you B. Hello, B. Glad you like the videos. Stream isn't over? No, it's not been 3 hours yet, Ray. It's not been time. Alright, let's evolve. It was Torid. Here we go. Right then. Increase mag, lingering from first shot, or projectile speed. Well, mostly using a laser, so this doesn't matter. Mag, so it's easy to get the evolution. Incarnon charge. Right. Activate this weapon's Incarnon form 15 times in a mission? Well, I'm choosing that. And this gives us... Ooh. So we have loads of status, status and crit, or loads of crit. Interesting. Interesting. This might be one where I'd actually consider going the crit status rather than pure crit. Because -5 on the crit chance, but then that gives us a full plus 15 on the status. Ah, but do I need status? It's only got one damage type in it. One innate damage type. Do I want loads of status for that? I mean, if you're going for a viral heat, that works. Because loads of heat. But if you go in pure viral, if you go in pure corrosive, you wouldn't need that. Yeah, I'm probably going to go the full crit. Full crit is just crit. Crit, 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 crit.
If you die, I got dibs on your stuff.
Just all the crits. I mean, a little bit extra crit probably ain't going to make the difference, but the status ain't going to make a difference either. I don't even need to go here. I'm just going to go straight back into that previous mission. Yep. Status on a beam? Yeah, status on a beam, but we've already got loads of status on the beam. The question is, do we need more status on the beam? And the answer is probably no. What's good for a Torid Riven? I would be able to answer that once I've fully investigated the weapon. As yet, I have not fully investigated it, so I can't give you answers yet. It's Steel Path again? Oh yeah, it's fine. I'm not intending to complete the mission, I'm intending to have a lot of enemies, so it's easy to charge everything. It's fine for this to be Steel Path. That one's intended. But thanks for looking out for me. Let's just clear up a little bit of this riffraff. This turret is really easy to charge. Like, why can't all of the Incarnons be this easy to charge? Look at this! I'm not even trying. I'm just pointing in their general direction and it charges. Most of the time. Most of the time. Okay, I've cursed it now. It was doing well. Atmos? Well, I imagine that one would be, yeah. Some of them are a ball late to charge, and this is just kind of like, shoot randomly into the cluster. Charge happens. Let me just clean up house again a little bit. That's too fun. That's too fun. D, you may have made a mistake making this weapon. That's too much fun. We can't be having this much fun. What is this? What? This is stupid! I've been dicking around just charging and uncharging the weapon this entire mission, and now look. What is this? This is very, very stupid. Oh no, I've run out of charge. Ah, sugar. I'm doomed now. Whatever am I going to do? That's enough. Nope. Oh, this guy's alive. Never mind. I haven't even finished prepping the weapon. This is without any of the crit stuff. I'm going to leave here before I disappoint myself. I need to finish this weapon. I absolutely need to finish this weapon. What the hell is that? What the hell was any of that? If only you had the former to make this weapon complete. Yeah, I mean, I probably have the former, but I feel for you there. I feel for you. Right. Caballero. Gib. Oh, wrong one. He's not in the void, he's in the not quite void. Here we go. Nope. God damn it, Ken. Do it right. There we go. Ah. Yeah, I think I might like this weapon. I think I might like this weapon. If I don't need to generally aim and just kind of tears through stuff, but that was infested. We're going to have to see it against proper enemies.
Students.
And I don't know if we're going to have proper time for that today, but I'll see what I can manage. See what I can
My
manage.
place. Back in the day, Granum wanted
Evolve.
me. Okay, bring it to life.
Torid. Crit perk, because crit is best. And then... I mean, I don't really care about that. I don't really care about that. I might as well keep the mag capacity then. Oh, well.
Here's where it gets interesting. Okay.
That's a thing.
Later.
Yeah. The other perks just aren't interesting, so I guess I'll keep the mag. Okie dokie then, Torid. Let's see what we got. Upgrade, polarize, V polarity, babbly boop. In you go. Lovely jubbly. Now. Let's go viral without cryo rounds. Let's go instead these two. Downgrade that one, because then I can afford to put in heat like so. Now I can get the heat viral. Or I could go down a hunter munitions approach, shouldn't I? I should probably go hunter munitions. Yeah, let's go hunter munitions. If I go rhyme rounds, actually no. Malignant Force, downgrade fully, there we go. Just so I can fight this one, there we are. No galvanized aptitude? Why would I use galvanized aptitude? I'm only going to have one, or in this case 2 status effects on the enemies. Is that even going to compare to just straight up? Malignant's not needed, pure toxin. That's a good point. Yeah, if I'm not going for the heat approach, I don't need Malignant Force at all, do I? No, good point. I might as well keep... might as well for the status? I haven't got anything for 4 to put on, but yeah. I can just skip that. I could just go Rhyme. And there's just 2 open slots to work on later. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Cool. Alright. Let's go cause some havoc. We've seen what happens when I bring the modded to the 09JUL Toxocyst here. So what happens with the not yet fully modded Torid?
The art of combat must
Will it be a torrent of destruction, or will it be a water gun of disappointment? We're about to find out
They
with
have just
invisible
shut
levels.
down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
That is so easy to charge. What the hell? Okay. I don't know why I'm seeing damage that far around the corner, but that's cool. Not sure if I like the sparkiness of the gun. That's a little bit harsh on the eyes. A little bit harsh on the eyes. Might need to set a low energy color on that one. And charged. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Don't know what that guy was doing there. Hoping I wouldn't see him. This isn't even a finished weapon. Now, it's not really got the kill rate of the Toxocyst at the moment. That does need some work. Not got the kill rate of the Toxocyst, but we got work we can do. Oh, it's supposed to be the specific voice channel for after stream? So I'll be announcing it on the Discord, but basically it's going to be in the brand new VIP Lounge voice chat. You won't be able to speak in there, because it is specifically intended to be set up that way at the moment. But yeah, I'll be pinging details after the stream ends, Daddy, don't worry. Which will be as soon as I'm finished clearing up here. But yeah, need some work on this, but it is effective. Just definitely needs more power. More power. Because this isn't good enough yet. This isn't good enough. I can do better than this. Now, the downside I'm seeing is that this is a rapid fire rate weapon using /viral against the Acolytes I wonder how that's going to fare. So I'm going to hold out until we get an Acolyte. I want to see how we fare right now with an Acolyte. Or do I test that later? You take off Restoration, use Vital Sense and Prime Shred. Prime Shred? Yeah, that can absolutely go on. Vital Sense? Do I not have that on there? I thought I had Vital Sense on. The Acolyte is where my real concern is for this weapon, because Rapid Slash against Acolytes doesn't really do all that well. They can only get procced 4 times by it. Prime Shed doesn't generate additional chains, does it not? Oh dear. Something to fully test and verify. Oh dear. God, that is chaining stupidly far around the corner. What is that? Charge. Give him charge. Give charge. Why you not give charge? There we go. Yeah, just a little bit ridiculous. I'm just aiming at a dead body. I was killing them by aiming at a dead body. That's stupid. I know a number of beam weapons can do that, and it's stupid every single time. Like, what even? Bladed rounds? Yeah, aim is very gentle on this. So bladed rounds could be a very good pickup. Alright, we got angst to deal with. Let's see what happens here. This isn't a finished build, and that's... I mean, it's not one-shotting angst, but it's not sleeping. For a 6-mod build, I'm satisfied with that. A 6-mod build, that is a good result there. That with no stress. With a couple extra mods, bring it up to full speed. I'm going to be quite satisfied with that. That's going to be ample. Yeah, there's going to be some testing needed on this weapon to iron out all the kinks, figure out all the weirdness going on, and optimize the full details. Unfortunately, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. So let's head to extraction. And like I said a moment ago, for those of you who are a subscriber, if you are able to access the Supporter Tea Lounge, I'm going to be hosting a voice chat over there almost immediately after stream, like minutes after stream, if not even that, to discuss the postcard redemption. So if you are looking to be involved in that discussion, if you want to have your say about the postcard, then make sure you are ready for that over there. Hey, look at that binary amount of XP. All 1s and 0s. Now, because of that, because there'll be that discussion, I'm not going to be raiding over to another channel today. Because basically, I don't want to just drop in on the channel and be like, hi, bye, and run off. It's kind of rude. So if you guys want to head over to another channel, that's up to you. If you don't, that's up to you. Before we go anywhere, though, we are going to be doing the Platinum giveaway. I wonder how many people left before I said that. We are going to be doing the Platinum giveaway. If you've not already grabbed yourself a ticket, exclamation mark ticket in the chat for a chance to win that. Doesn't matter what platform you're on. You can be on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch. Anyone can grab it. Absolutely. Doesn't matter whether you're a subscriber or not. Doesn't matter if you're a follower or not. Although if you're not a follower and you grab a ticket, shame on you. This is going to overload the bot a bit, so we'll see if it keeps up with everything. We will see if it keeps up. I'm seeing names absolutely streaming in right now. But also I'm seeing loads and loads of requests for tickets, so I'm hoping it's holding up. I'm hoping the bot's holding up. Gone up by like 20 odd tickets in just the last minute. Yeah, I'm seeing names still getting added onto there. 103. We started... When I said about this, we were at like 70 tickets. We've got up to 106, 107, 108. Oh my word. Yeah, the bot's been rate limited on messages. It can only send so many messages. So the bot is listening. The bot's not speaking, but the bot is listening. Absolutely that. In fact, if I do a link, let me see here. If I post a link, you can see and check for yourself to make sure you've got a ticket. There we are. So in that link, you should be able to follow that link to see if you got a ticket. That should confirm it for you. I hope that link works. Looks like it should work if you are signed into Twitch. Yeah, it looks like it's working. So yeah, if you're not sure if you got a ticket or not, you can check that link that I put in the announcement message there. That'll make sure of it for you. I'm going to give you guys just a moment longer to make sure on that for every single one of you. I think my shoulder just snapped. I hope that didn't come through on the microphone. Oh. These bones ain't as young as they used to be. Oh dear. Yeah, if the bot says too many tickets, you already have a ticket. So I see the bot started messaging to people again now. Too many. Yep, loads of you have got it. The crack did come through. Oh well. Yeah. Now you know it does that. Every now and then if I'm talking on a recording for a video and I shrug, it doesn't have to be even a big shrug. Just as I'm talking, I might use my hands, gesticulate in whatever way, and then crack. Yeah, no, automatic. The wrenches is a separate thing. It's just the bot is tracking how long people watch and just assigns wrenches as well. It had a default name. I gave it channel points. Sorry, I had a default channel points name. I gave it wrenches as a juxtaposition to the spanners on the Twitch side. Alright, I think that is about enough there. The number has stopped going up, so if you haven't already got a ticket, it means you didn't care, because this stream has been live for over 3 hours now, so I'm going to close the entries. If you missed it now, tough, you'll just have to catch it on Wednesday for the next draw. But today, the draw today for the Platinum giveaway means that one person here is about to have 75 Platinum sent over to them in the coming days. The winner today is indeed going to be Ominous TV, OM1NOUS_TV. Congratulations, you are the winner today. I'll be contacting you here on Twitch shortly after the end of the stream to get a hold of your Warframe username and platform. Well, Ominous, if you could send me, I see you're here right now, so if you could send me a message on Twitch, please, Ominous. Send me a message here. I need to have your Warframe username and your platform. We'll get that Platinum sent on over to you, Ominous. Congratulations. Bet you didn't expect to have that today. In fact, let me see. This is your first ever ticket. Some people are just luckier than others, aren't they? This is Ominous's first ever ticket on this channel. And they've won. Yep, some people are just like that. Very well done, Ominous. Very well done. You're not the only person who's done that. In fact, we've had someone whose first ticket was also the last ticket in the giveaway. They got in at the last moment and then they won it. Sometimes the bot be like that. How do you whisper streamer? Here, let me quickly send you a message. Just a quick whisper. That'll open up the chat for you. Hi. There, sent. You can respond on that one, Ominous. And Zephyros, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel proper. Thank you very much for dropping that over here. Enjoy your lovely blue badge. Your emotes, which work on both Twitch and Discord. You don't even have Nitro. Don't need Nitro for that. Welcome on that, and also you have access to the premium channel on the Discord now, the Sports D Lounge. Cheers. Alright, that does conclude though on the giveaway. And that does conclude then the stream we're doing today. As I said, if you are a subscriber, make sure you're over on the Discord as well now, because I'm going to be opening up the Town Hall in just a minute to talk about that postcard. For more details on that, check out the Sports D Lounge. If you are not a subscriber, well, you'll just have to wait and see how that all comes out, won't you? You'll just have to wait and see. Wish you had that type of look for Stalker dropping Despair. Yeah. Those weapons are appropriately named for their drop rates. Alright, chat. It's been absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in. I do hope you have enjoyed today's stream and the details we have dived into about both Torid and Dual Toxocyst. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for some more Warframe. In the meantime, have a good start to your week. I'll catch you around. Bye-bye.